down up in the pen, you can't shake that. All the way gassed up, full tank, man, moving too quick. Keep the cameras in the playback tank. So tell me how you feel with it. You put a lid on it, I ain't got no chill with it. This right here your problem, you gon' have to deal with it. Lay it on the line, high risk, that's the meal ticket. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. Never fall back. No lies on facts. We gon' stay right where we at. We ain't never fall back. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. We ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. Been way down, never faltered. Came with the hands out, get them off us. I'm 24/7 in the office. Pay attention cause I ain't repeating offers. Yeah, never met a man I've been scared of. Careful, you gon' get exactly what you asked for. Careful, whatever you bring me getting handled. I answer to no one, I don't need a hassle. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. We ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. Never fall back.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Get ready to dive into a new world of online shopping with the Fins TailGate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor, we're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process make shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Fins TailGate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
Oh, you thought we were gone? We're just getting started. This is the top of the tailgate.
Good morning, Dolphin fans. This is Ali the Persian, and this is Top of the Tailgate. How's everybody doing this morning? Day after Victory Monday, right? Monday Night Football was last night. We're having some fun. It is 6:05 in the morning. I already got my co-host in the back. I'm going to go ahead and play his intro music. We'll get it going. Let's actually get that up here. Here we go. How is it going, Color? Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Ali. How you doing? Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, good morning. Let's do the rundown real quick, Color, and we'll get this Mamma Jamma started real quick. Check out some of our other shows, right? We got the El Capitan show going Monday, Wednesday, Friday, even Sundays calling the game. Next Sunday, he'll be calling the game probably from the game with me, right? Actually, I don't know. Is anybody going to be calling the game since we're all the TFTG is going to be there, Color?
Well, I will be attempting to So I figured we'll probably sit whoever's calling it in the middle of the crowd, middle of the line. That way we're not bothering other people. But yeah, we can attempt it.
All right. Well, make sure you connect to that stadium Wi-Fi, right? Make sure you get a hold of that. In addition, check out Myself in Color Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. We try to go every day. Unfortunately, with life gets in the way, sometimes we can't. Last week, a lot of life got in the way. It had nothing to do with what was going on the week prior. Promised you that. It was really a lot of life, work, kids, family, that stuff, right? I explained it on Saturday. I don't need to go further into it. In addition to that, tomorrow I will not be available. However, Color may or may not be going, just so you know. But we'll pick it back up Thursday, Friday, and then we'll start strong for the next week, right? That's what we'll do, Color. In addition, check out Lewis, Shake Money with the Smoke Lounge, Prime Time. You can check out Lewis on Twitter Spaces. He's all over the place. Shake Money all over the place as well. In addition, you got KP with the Fantasy Show, right? And then you got Crypto, doing what, Mondays and Thursdays, right, Color? Isn't that right?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, so yeah, check him out. And then on Tuesdays, you got Tonk TMI Tuesdays. Hopefully we get to see him today. I can't wait. It's going to be a good show. Everybody, make sure you hit like and subscribe for me. You definitely want to do that. Turn on the notification bell, right? In addition, if you like the content, you want more of it, you want more exclusive content, because we put that out too, check out becoming a member. We got 3 different memberships: Familia, Amigo, and MVP, right? I think the lowest costing membership is like $2 or $3 a month. Very inexpensive. In addition to that, if you like content but you don't necessarily want to become a member, and maybe you want to donate anonymously, that maybe that's your gig or how you do things. We do accept Cash App, Venmo, even super stickers and super chats. We really appreciate it. Keeps the content afloat. So appreciate that. Appreciate everybody in the chat, but check out some of the stuff we got going on in the links below. Shout out to our affiliates. We got Fanatics. You're officially licensed to everything. I got something new coming from Fanatics Color. I'll be debuting that here on the show soon. So as soon as I get it. So keep an eye out for that. They got amazing deals. Always got some promo going around. Let it be expedited shipping, 10 up to 60% off sometimes. Even their clearance aisle will blow you away, right? Check out Fanatics, officially licensed everything. Use the link below. Helps the channel out. But you get all the same deals, same everything else. So definitely appreciate that. And then check out Backroom Collection. Maybe you're remodeling a room. Maybe you're putting up a sports room or man cave or something. Check out Backroom Collection. They got some really awesome canvas artwork. They also sell accessories for the mini helmets that everybody collects. So check out Backroom Collection. And then if you need a lot of energy to keep up with all the content we've been putting out, check out Doobie Energy Drink, right? All smash, no crash. You get all the all the good infused vitamins and minerals that are actually beneficial. A lot less of the byproducts that are bad for you, right? And the stuff they infuse it with actually benefit the body. So definitely check out Doobie Energy Drink. And if you want to save 10% off there, or even at Backroom Collection, use code TFTG at checkout. Do yourself a favor. So shout out to our affiliates. Check out the links below. Go to TFTGnetwork.com. Check out our store there, right? Your one-stop shop for tailgate everything, right? Check out all the amazing products that was brought to you by, yes, you guys, the audience, the people that come on the panels, the people that are the members, everybody that's ever done anything around here brought all the stuff that you see in there, right? There's tons and tons of stuff. In addition, if you want to save 10% off there, sign up for the newsletter. Save you 10% off everything, your first purchase in the store. So shout out to that. So how's it going, Color? How was your weekend?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. A solid victory for our boys, and
Oh yeah.
How about you, man? How was the game?
Game was great. Great atmosphere. Had a good time. Took a buddy of mine. Had never been to an NFL game before, so that was new for him. He got the tailgating experience. So we listened to some good music. It was hot. Not gonna lie, it was hot. I have a feeling, Color, and I'm gonna call it. I think we're gonna have a hot winter this year.
It's looking like.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to start stuff up with the Buffalo Bills fans right this moment, but that game could be a hot game regardless of when they play it.
I mean, what you can't. You know what? I'm done engaging with them because you can't win anyway. They're talking about, the NFL needs to do something about the Jaguars spending 2 weeks in London. It's like, are you serious? Now we're going to start nitpicking everybody's travel schedule? Where was they marching for us when we had to lose our bye week or use it early because of a hurricane? Like, we didn't get no sympathy that year.
Wait. So they're saying that it was beneficial to the Jags because they spent
the NFL, they said that the NFL needs to make a rule change that if a team is over in London 2 weeks in a row, that they should be forced to travel back to the States and then back to London.
Okay, well, in that case, then where was this rule when Buffalo had to travel to Detroit and played back-to-back weeks in Detroit?
Right. Where was the rule when we came all the way across the country for a playoff game and got destroyed by the Jaguars because of it? Where was that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go back and watch that last Dan Marino game, and look, you can plain as day see that we're a step slower than everybody on the team because we had to travel cross country after a hard-fought game against the Raiders. We travel all the way across back to Jacksonville and get destroyed 62-7. Where were we complaining about that? I mean, this is ridiculous. They are the weakest fans I've ever seen in my life. Ever.
So weakest. You're telling me they're soft? I agree.
I mean, soft, weak, whatever word you want to use. They're like little infant children, brats, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Wow. We're already getting some donations up in here, Color. We're going to shout out to the people in the chat here. Let me just go over these donations real quick before we do that. Fins Up Winsy with the $5 New Zealand donation. Appreciate that. Let's start the week off right. Shout out to everyone in Fins Up. That's right, Fins Up. In addition, backs it up with the $10, says, thank you, Ollie. Well, what are you thanking me for, man? I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. So thank you for the $10 donation. And here's another one. London is a 6-hour flight. That's nothing like Miami to West Coast. Oh my God, he's actually kind of right. It is kind of only a 6-hour flight. You know what I mean? That is kind of crazy. They're bitching about 6 hours. We had to fly to California?
It's 5 hours, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, we actually have to do 6 hours to Germany, so they can just they can get over themselves. And look at the Chiefs; they've got to do a 7 hours trip to Germany, 7 hours ahead. Ain't nobody we're gonna hear the Chiefs fans complain, oh, we had to travel an extra hour of time zone than the Dolphins did. Wow. Did we lose you, Ollie? I think we lost Ali, everybody. That's okay. I'll keep it going.
No, we didn't. You didn't lose me.
Right.
You didn't lose me. Shout out to Daniel Sports Highlights. Appreciate you. Let's see who else we got here. Sea Hoffel, Northwest Ohio guy, man. Appreciate you too. Trucker Sean, always here. Appreciate you, man. Man said chill. Finn's morning. That's right. Finn's morning. Let's see who else we got up in here. Ruben Jimenez, how you doing, sir? Appreciate you. Fins Up Winsy. Fred's up early, man. What is good morning, Fred? How you doing? Newfoundland, how you doing? Morning, all. And Chris Smith, morning, family. What's up, Chris? So shout out to everybody in the chat. And Mudbone, what's up? What's up, Mudbone? I see you there. So yeah, man, my weekend was good. Color. We went to the game. It was fun. What else? Friday I spent with family. Went to Orlando. We did the Disney thing. We went to a really awesome hibachi restaurant. Have you ever been to a hibachi restaurant, Color?
Oh, at least twice a year, bro. I'm
Twice
sorry.
a year,
Yeah, I hit the wrong. But yeah, I love Japanese food. I think it's actually fantastic, man. I actually have a personal set of chopsticks that I bring to them that I actually keep washed and and all that. I don't like having to ask for them when I go there, so I got my own set.
I have my own set too, but my set of chopsticks, when I bring them, everybody's like looking at them like I'm a nerd.
I know, isn't that funny? You're sitting there eating with your chopsticks, and all the Japanese families are using knives and forks.
It's kind of funny, but mine are actually. There's a reason why everyone stares at me, and I get it. I thought they were awesome, so I really love them. They're lightsabers, and they light up and everything in different colors.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, I'm a big Star Wars fan. You know this.
So am I. That would be awesome, bro.
Yeah, I got
little lightsabers.
My wife found them, and they're RGB so that you can flip them to any color you want, or you can have them change, or whatever.
If they get your knife, they're like, "Is he gonna cut his food with a lightsaber?"
Yeah. So my wife found them on Amazon, so she got them for me.
That's cool, man. That's really cool.
Yeah.
You and I are probably the only people that still know how to use those things, right?
Yeah. What else?
Yeah, actually, believe it or not, I understand why they use chopsticks, because the way the food is prepared and all that, it actually is easier to eat the food with chopsticks.
Yeah. It actually is.
I even got the rice down. I could eat rice with chopsticks, bro. You just make a little trestle out of your chopsticks, and it acts like a spoon.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we went to Kobe Steakhouse. I'd never been there before. I've heard good things. I've heard mixed things. So I go there right off the get-go. I haven't even sat down at the table yet. The atmosphere looks awesome, bro. They got this riverbed that bends around the entrance all the way around. And they got koi that's at least 2 to 3 feet long, bro. Like this big. No joke. No, massive koi. It looked like if I put my hand out to feed the koi by hand, they're going to swallow my whole hand, bro. That's how big the fish were, right? And then they got, it looks really nice with the lights and the different, it looked very, what's the word I want to look for? It had that Japanese
feng shui.
Feng shui. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Feng shui to it. Yes, it was really, really cool. The drinks weren't too bad price wise. I got something called a lava flow. It was basically a pina colada strawberry daiquiri type thing, and it was really good, bro. Whoever made it was really good, and drinks were only like $12.50 a piece. Wasn't too bad. And then when the food came, that was the other part. So we did it where they cook it in front of you and everything. The chef comes, and I've been to some hibachi places where the show is so. It's not that great of a show or whatever. This guy brought it like he was Comedy Central. Oh my god! Funniest thing right off the get-go. The guy goes, "Ooh la la, how you guys doing?" And flipping stuff left and right, making fun of people as they walked by. It was hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing. It was a lot of fun. Like the guy, the whole entire time while he was making my food, like I was laughing so hard my chest hurt. That's how much laughing I did. So definitely recommend Kobe for the atmosphere and the show. The food was good. It's better than a lot of places I've been to. I would even dare to say that, in my opinion, I thought it was better than Benihana's when I went to Benihana's the last time. I thought it was better than that. There's only one place that I want to say it's not as good as when it comes to food, and that is my own personal hibachi place here in town, Hokkaido, which I go to. I love their food. The show is not that great, but their food is really good.
Right.
But I would say overall, I give Kobe an A, in my opinion. So it was fun. It was fun. That's what I did this weekend. We did the
best
Disney
one
thing.
I've ever had is actually at the hotel lobby in a hotel in Flagstaff, Arizona. Really, really good food at that one, man. And the chef we had, big time skilled, like throwing knives around and all that, you know, and all that shit. But this dude was a straight like college kid American, like in culinary school or something. Like he wasn't even like. And he was like the best I've ever seen, man. You know, like just throwing stuff around, doing it, hooking up. And he also had the option on the, on the stir fry for the filet. He had the option to throw some sriracha in it. I'm like, and that was the most fantastic steak I've ever had from one of those places, bro. That was the first time I ever even tried sriracha, man. And I'm like, this is the only place you can get them to do that at. I'm like, it's in Flagstaff, but there you go.
Yeah. See, I'm all about two aspects: the food and how good of a show you put on while you're doing it. Like, I want to make sure he's having just as much fun as we are. And right off the get-go, this was the funnest time I had, to be honest. It was pretty cool, bro. It was definitely worth the money, I will say. So, all right, let's get this party started, right? This is Top of the Tailgate. We haven't done this in a while, Color. I'm kind of off kilter a little bit. I do not like how... Okay, there we go. I didn't like what StreamYard was doing with our banners. It was like, why does everything look different? All right, so here we go. As I said, hit like...
If you show up at more company meetings, you might know why. Sorry, bro, I had to.
I've been to every single one of them, Color, so thank you. At least I show up on time. No, I'm messing with you. Don't worry about it. So, yeah. So anyway, let's keep it going. Coffee of the week, right? I'm drinking some Green Mountain Nantucket flavor. It's not bad. Green Mountain's okay. It's a premium.
Oh yeah,
brand.
I told you about the Nantucket blend. That's my go-to for Green Mountain. That's to me, that's their best, blend as far as my opinion goes.
I actually got Green Mountain last week. The Publix had it buy one get one, so I couldn't really see wanted to try it. So I got the Nantucket, and then I got their Colombian blend, which isn't bad.
Yeah, the same token last week, 8 o'clock was buy one get one, so I chose the 8 o'clock instead of.
I had a feeling you would when I saw that. I was like, I think I might get that one. Speaking of which, people are asking about the what do they call it? The coffee that is laced with Carolina Reaper. So my friend has it in his possession now, right? Come to find out, it doesn't come pre-grounded. So we have to get a grinder or a grounder or whatever they call it, and get it grounded for me so I can put it in my universal cup for my Keurig machine. So that's what we're waiting on. That'll be very interesting. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and put in my order for the goat turd coffee for you, Color. I need to get your
happy, joy. I'm just so excited.
Yes, you are. Don't lie. Don't lie. You
that will be
definitely
the most exotic thing I've ever done in my life, bro. If I do that, if I drink that, man.
Color is so excited about the goat turd coffee that it's like watching somebody try truffles for the first time. I'm eating gold. This is amazing.
And I mean, as far as exotic goes, I mean, I've drank sake schnapps in Germany. So I mean, I've done some pretty exotic things. But, I don't know.
Yeah, I've had caviar a few times. That was exotic. Now, if you want to talk about weird exotic, I've had a few things. Like sheep tongue, brain. I've had that.
Right.
There's a Persian delicacy called Ketle Pache, which means a head in a pot. That's what it's translated.
Oh, nice. That's real nice.
They sever the sheep head and they stew it completely. And
What head of what, might I ask?
A sheep or lamb.
Okay.
Lamb head. You know, like they butcher a lamb, they cut the head off, and they stew it completely. Right? Well, anyway, it's stewed for so many hours, and it usually becomes ready like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. And you have to eat it right then and there, as otherwise it goes bad real quick. So that's how they serve it. And usually it's eaten with bread and stuff like that. Not rice or anything, but primarily with bread. And they serve it with like potatoes and other stuff that they put in the stew. But it's not bad. They eat everything. They eat everything all the way down. When I eat it, when I've had it, I don't eat everything. I'm kind of picky and choosy about different things. I really like either cow tongue or sheep tongue. I like that a lot. It tastes very tasty. But beyond that, I'm kind of like, I'm picking and choosing. Everybody else is eating everything else. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things. You know what I mean? But yeah, since it's October, I'll give you a quick story real quick. So in high school, I lived out in the country, right? In Monclova, Ohio. And we had like, I want to say it was like 7.5 acres, something like that. Well, anyway, my dad had built this greenhouse on the side of the house, and it was in dead, like, I want to say like really dead of winter, where it's like 15 below, like really really cold outside, it's snowing and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, they had just butchered some sheep, and my dad had intended on making this stew. So I was like, hey, you guys want to... I had some friends over, and there was these girls that we were trying to mess with. And I was like, hey, you guys want to see something cool? And they're like, what? So I take them outside into the greenhouse, and there's no lights, right? I got a flashlight. We're going on like... And we kick them into this greenhouse, and they're like, well, what's in here? What are you guys up to? And there's this table with this, and it looks like a black construction grade garbage bag of some kind, right? That's what it kind of looks like. And this is where I know for a fact this is where they had just butchered the sheep and everything. And if you're religious, some people call it, they had to make sure that the meat was halal, or blessed by God, I should say. That's the proper term for it. Well, anyway, so I take him over to the bag, and I was like, hey, can you check what's in that bag for me? And I'm sitting off to the side. So they open the bag, and it's dark. They can't see nothing. They put the flashlight in, and they see 3 severed heads, and they go screaming and running out the greenhouse. Me and my friends are all laughing our asses off because we knew what was coming. We thought it was funny. So
is halal sort of like kosher? Is that the same idea?
Yeah, kosher. That's yeah. Basically, I'm not Muslim. I'm not religious or anything, but I have a lot of friends that are, and my dad had a lot of friends that are. And it's the way they cut the meat, and they basically do a prayer, and it's a way that they say that the meat is blessed by God. That's what kosher or halal, I think, is the word that they use. Yeah, so that's what that means. So otherwise, they don't eat meat that is not kosher. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like they used to do it in my backyard. They used to bring these sheep up or whatever they're butchering and do it and everything. It's pretty it's an interesting process. It's a humane process as well as a religious process of some kind. So that's what I can tell you about it. Anyway, Color, let's get this show keep on moving. We got cause for cleats. It is currently already 6:30, so let's keep it going, Color. So today's cause for cleats, in light of a man who was a monster on the field last Sunday, right? Has been a monster from the get-go from the beginning of the season. Andrew Van Ginkel, right? Wouldn't you agree? He's been breaking out, Color. The guy's been a monster, right?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I think his motor is still going right now, to be honest.
His motor, yeah. His Hemi or Hellcat engine that he has going on is still running. It hasn't shut off yet. So that is absolutely correct. In light of him, our cause for cleats today is Alex's Lemonade Stand. All right. Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation, or ALSF, shares the vision of their founder and creator, Alexandra Alex Scott, a cure for all children with cancer. And Color, I apologize, but I'm going to turn down your intro just a little bit, even though I like the beat. There we go. All right. So, their mission to change the lives of children with cancer through funding impactful research, raising awareness, supporting families, and empowering everyone to help cure childhood cancer. When Alex, who was diagnosed with childhood cancer just before her first birthday, was 4 years old, she told her parents she wanted to set up a lemonade stand in their front yard, and her plan to give the money to doctors to help them find a cure. Her first Alex Lemonade Stand, held with help of her older brother, Patrick, raised an astonishing $2,000 in one day. Holy crap, I need to set up an Alex's Lemonade Stand there. Dang. While bravely fighting her own cancer, Alex continued to set up lemonade stands everywhere. As news spread of the remarkable girl so dedicated to helping other sick children, people everywhere were inspired to start their own lemonade stands, donating the proceeds to their cause. If you want more information about ALSF, just so you know, you can go to alexslemonade.org. Again, that's alexslemonade.org. Since Alex set up her first lemonade stand in 2000, truly exemplifying the saying, when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. They have raised more than $250 million. That money has helped fund more than 1,000 cutting-edge research projects at nearly 150 institutions, create a travel for care program to help support families of children receiving treatment, and develop resources such as their Super Sibs program to help people everywhere affected by childhood cancer. Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation is the living embodiment of Alex's spirit of determination and hope. Like Alex, they believe that every person can make a difference. Together, we can bring about a cure. Please join in making lemons into lemonade today. And with that being said, I am going to share a video brought to you by Alex's Lemonade Stand. And actually, let me do that. There we go. Let me know if you can hear the audio, Color.
Alex's Lemonade Stand was founded by my daughter Alex in our front yard when she was 4 years old. And I guess as only a 4-year-old could dream up, she decided she would have a lemonade stand, but instead of keeping the money, she would give it to her doctors so they could help kids like her.
She understood that the standard stuff didn't work and we needed research to get things better. And so she always wanted the money to go to research. And then even more remarkably, when asked, of course you want this to go to neuroblastoma research, your type of cancer research. She said, no, I have friends with all kinds of child cancers. We want this to go to all child cancer.
By 2004, she was 8 years old. Unfortunately, none of the trials that she was on had worked. And this was going to be her last stand. So she decided she wanted to raise $1 million. There were lemonade stands all over the country. And she was able to reach her $1 million goal. She passed away 2 weeks later. She was 8.5.
She came to us at age 4 and she died at age 8. And in those 4 years, she learned how to ride a bike. She welcomed her baby brother into the world.
Well, since that time, Alex's Lemonade Stand has grown into Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation, thanks to what she started. So we've been able to assist families with travel. We have a sibling program. We're constantly expanding and finding new ways to help families and to help kids. And at the end of the day, we're always pushing forward because we want to finish what Alex started, find a cure for pediatric cancer, and be able to put ourselves right out of business.
And I do believe that there are hundreds of children who have benefited from the research done through the Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation.
I have to say the most proud moments for me are when we hear from parents whose children were given the opportunity to be cured that Alex didn't have directly as a result of the funding from Alex's Lemonade Stand. Nothing is better than that. That to me is the moment where I can feel like there was a purpose to everything that she had to go through in her life, and feel some small amount of comfort in that fact. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, so that's alexslemonade.org. Again, if you want more information about ALSF, go to alexslemonade.org. You can, it has many resources, how to get involved, how to donate, all that information, and more about where the money goes, who's getting the money, and how all the different things. If you think that someone can benefit from this, or needs assistance from this type of program, definitely send them to alexslemonade.org. Very touching story, Color. Very touching story.
Yeah, definitely. Especially the part about, helping all, not just what she's afflicted with,
Yeah, it's
Why
it's
is
not.
why does it seem like, the youngest people seem to have the most grace in the world when they're challenged with something? You know what I mean? You ever notice that?
Yeah, it's
They're not
always
selfish. They're not, oh, it's the end of me and blah blah blah. It's no. How can I make a difference in the short time I'm here?
yeah. It is very what's the word I'm looking for? It is very
Almost as if they have an insight that we don't have,
yeah.
at that age.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, I would say yeah, I can't even put words on it. You're absolutely right. It does seem like people at that age are more down to earth, if you want to call it,
And I would
or
even say that it's an insight that we've lost, that we
yeah,
did have. Like, I don't know. It's can't put a finger on it.
yeah, I agree.
Hear stuff like that all the time. How young kids can have a lot of foresight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But anyway, that's our cause for cleats, just so you guys know. Again, we have no affiliation with them at all. We are just spreading the word every week, or every day that we have a show, we put out a different one. TMI Tuesdays does their own as well. So it's a good cause, and we want to give back to the community by bringing awareness of these causes. That's what we want to do. So yeah, that is our cause for cleats. What in the world, Color? What in the world is going on in the NFL today? Right? If it's not Taylor Swift jumping and cheering, it's the Miami Dolphins wrecking house and having the most prolific offense that you've ever seen since the greatest show on turf. It's now called the Turf and Surf Show. Because that's exactly what it is, Color. Did you know that?
Yeah, turf and surf, or surf and turf.
Yeah, surf and turf. That is correct. Look at this, Color. Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa is on pace to break NFL passing yards record of 5,477 yards. He's currently on pace to do this. Tua currently has the NFL high 1,614 passing yards, which puts him on pace to throw 5,488 in a full 17-game season. The previous record was set in a 16-game season in 2013. That's crazy. So, offense is not the question at all here in Miami Dolphins parts. Just going to be putting that right out there. In addition to that, look at the current AFC picture, playoff picture, right? Chiefs are number 1. Yeah, what's new there? You got Dolphins at number 2. And if the Bills make it after they barely came out alive coming back from England, to be honest, you got them as the 7th seed, and then you got the Steelers and Ravens, and the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Colts. Is it me, or is it very interesting that the rest of the AFC playoff picture are rivals? Isn't that kind of interesting?
Yeah, well, that's the reason they're rivals. It's because they've been competitive and they've been the ones facing each other for the last 5 years.
Yeah,
you know?
but
it's
I'm
like the old saying, like when people talk about rivalries, it's like, oh, what about this team and that team? It's like, well, neither one of those teams has been relevant for 12 years, 20 years. So there is no rivalry. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it takes facing each other and bitter endings to create rivalries. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it was just surprising that there are rivalries within the same division. You know what I mean? You got Miami versus Buffalo. You got Ravens versus Steelers. You got Colts versus Jags. You know, where's the second team from what is it? What division is the Kansas City Chiefs in?
West. Our best hope for them to get a division loss is the Chargers.
Yeah,
that's pretty sad.
That's true. That is true. But it's very interesting. You mentioned, we were talking backstage about some of the probability of things. Do you want to give us a little tidbit on that, Color?
Yeah, so the projections from ESPN on their Football Power Index page, the projections have been updated since the end of football, and it looks like we're starting to put some numbers to, like, some reality to the idea that this is a different Miami Dolphins than past years. Currently, I'm going to give you a couple of the numbers just to tease you a little bit, but I'm going to do a show probably later today to really do a deep dive in these projections and how they affect other teams as well, and how we relate to other teams, competitors and the like. The first little tidbit is that we are now have a 97.6% probability of making the playoffs. That is identical to the Kansas City Chiefs probability. Also, the other little tidbit, which should get us excited and give us a little indicator of how just where we stand with Buffalo in relation to the last 4 or 5 seasons, how they've just completely dominated us, how we've been chasing them every season. We kind of turned it around last year where we were still chasing them, but not by far, and we could have overtaken them, this or that. Well, now we currently, as things are now, we have a better probability at 55% to win the division than the Buffalo Bills at 43.7%. So Miami right now has a better probability of winning the division than the Buffalo Bills as all things sit right now. Of course, one loss can change that. A better win by Buffalo than our win could change that. That's close. You know what I mean? So you're talking a big win for Buffalo against a tough team, and a mediocre win for us against an inferior team, and that could flip. Likewise for losses for both. I mean, if you're talking about if we lose to an inferior team and they lose to a better team, that number could also flip. But if everything stays the same and we just keep chugging along doing our job, currently we have a better probability of winning the division than the Buffalo Bills. And I think that's probably the first time in at least 4 seasons.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So every win we get increases that amount. It can help increase that amount each time. Is that right?
Sure, and it also solidifies the projection. Now we're only 5 games into the season, but usually a quarter of a sample size of a 5 game out of a 17 game pool would generally start to be a little accurate when the projection. So in other words, 4 weeks from now, it may seem like that was a foolish projection, but then 4 weeks after that, it's right back on. So chances are, these projections for our record and everybody else's record are going to be pretty close to what they actually are within, a 1 game margin of error. And that being said, we currently are just behind the 49ers to have the best projected record. And that's even better than the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, obviously, if you do rounding and all that, both of us are projected for a 12-5 record, Buffalo included. However, our 12 is 12.4 and 4.8. So that's rounded up, down and up to 12-5, whereas Buffalo's 12-5 projection is actually 11.8 and 4.6. So you round down, you have to round up for both of them to get that 12-5. So they're at the lower end of the projection for a 12-5 record, and we're at the higher end. We're closer to a 13 game win projection than an 11 game projection. They're closer to an 11 game projection.
I gotcha. Very
of course, best team in the league at 5-0. 49ers are projected for a 13-4 record. The other 5-0 team, Philadelphia Eagles, is only projected for 11 wins. So when I look at those things, I'm like, why are we the ones worried about going into Philly? They should be worried about us coming in there.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Their offense and defense has had its woes. They're winning, but they've had woes, and part of that is because of the new offense and defensive coordinator. In teams past, you've seen teams like that have maybe just one replacement at coordinator, not both in the same year. You know what I mean? So that's why it looks like their team is kind of off kilter. They still have talent. Don't get me wrong. Swift is still a really good running back. They have another running back that's pretty decent over there too. And then in addition to that, you still got, I think that's Kenneth Gainwell is who I'm thinking of that they have. But then you got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts. I mean, they're a good team. I'm still, and that front four for their defense is good too. They have talent. I'm not gonna let them, what's the word I'm looking for, Color? I'm not gonna sleep on them. Let me just put it that way.
Well, no, but everybody's all like, you got to beat the big opponents, and we're not really going to know nothing until we face a team like Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Well, Philadelphia doesn't really know nothing until they face a team like us, to be honest with you.
This is true. They have not faced an offense like we have. That is correct. That is absolutely correct. I agree with that.
So I get the sentiment that all these other teams have already beaten big teams. I get it, and we haven't. I understand that sentiment. You know what I mean? But look, projections are based on math too, not just feeling. And the fact of it is, the mathematics, the algorithm, whatever methodology ESPN uses, doesn't believe in the Eagles because they're 5-0, just like the 49ers. But the 49ers are projected for 13 wins. And the Eagles are projected for 11.
Yeah,
we're 4-1, projected for 12 wins. So obviously, the powers that be
think that the Eagles are the pretenders.
Let me ask you a question. Who has the Buffalo Bills beat that's really big this season? Oh, nobody.
Us.
That's right.
That's it. Us.
That's it. Yeah, I mean they beat us. That's true. That's true. It wasn't considering us. I was talking about beyond beating us. They haven't really beat.
I mean, literally nobody.
Yeah.
You could argue the Jags won a playoff game last year, so they're a big team.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Why don't we consider them one of the upper echelon teams? And Buffalo lost to them.
Mm-hmm. That's just true. Absolutely.
The Jags have consistently beat the Bills the last couple meetings. Why are the Jags not considered one of the teams to beat?
Yeah. You're right. They should
And
be one.
I'm sorry, Ali. I'll follow that up with one other thing I pointed out backstage before the show.
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals beat the Cardinals 34-20. How come none of their fans are going, we should have put up 42 or any of that? Or no, that's not enough against a weak team. No, it's 34-20. Nobody's sitting here going, oh, the Bengals defense is suspect. They gave up 20 points. No, everybody looks at that's a big win for the Bengals like it should have been against the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
And people think that 52 points is like a normal thing, even for the best teams. It's not. The Chiefs' average points per game last season was 29, not 42.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
Now, if you're beating every bad team 31-16, does that make it different then? Or is it only because we only beat the Giants 31-16 and, and the Broncos 70-20? You know what I mean? Like, so now that we're not going to get 70 points, so we're not going to be seen like the Bengals who only beat the Cardinals by 2 touchdowns when they should have beat them by 4 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Unless everybody thinks the Cardinals is that much better than the Giants. But we're sitting here going, oh, it's not a for sure win. It's a fake win because it's the Giants. But nobody's saying that to the Bengals who only beat the Cardinals by 14.
What do you remember
who the Bengals beat? The Bengals made it to the Super Bowl, so obviously they beat some good teams in that year. But who have they beat this year?
Yeah. Last year, our average points per game was 23.8. Right?
Right. It's sitting at about 30 something right now.
36.
36, yeah. Which is also number 1 in the league.
Exactly. So the last 3 games we've averaged 40.3 points. So that's pretty interesting. But I want to say, in regards to these probabilities and averages and all that kind of stuff, it's really interesting. Because I want to say it was in the beginning where Vegas had us at what? 8.5 or something like that. Do you remember that?
I'm sorry, Ali. I was just telling my mom our defense can't stop a nosebleed. And that's our problem. But I didn't catch your question.
Wow. No, I was talking about Vegas and how they had us at what, 8.5, 9 games, something like that, at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I believe 9. Yep.
I wonder if that's changed at all. Do we know what Vegas has us at?
I don't right at the moment, but I'd imagine that if they're following projections and stuff like that too, they probably would increase that.
Yeah,
the other thing is too, what got me to look at it was somebody had made a comment that, they're selling us on being a top team, and that may force them to do something at the trade deadline, before the trade deadline and all that. And I thought, wait a minute, are they selling us a bill of goods? Because now the projections are actually backing up the sales pitch. You see what I'm saying? So it's not as if they're just selling us. the Dolphins, Greer could look at the projections and use that to make a decision. Like, hey, we're projected to go deep now because of what we've earned on the field so far this season. So
Yeah.
that could right there be, help to force their hand. Like, well, by week 6 or 7, if the projections still show what they're showing right now, then yeah, they may use that themselves as a decision maker. Like, yeah, we're going to make a move because this is real. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It doesn't look like the Vegas lines have been updated yet.
I mean, I guess better way to explain what I just said would be that if we would like when at the beginning of the year, they're telling us, oh, we're going to go deep. We got the team. Yet all of the pundits and projectionists and all them were like, nah, 9 games, nah, same old Dolphins. You know what I mean? Now those people are saying, no, the Dolphins are our top team. So it's not just a sales pitch anymore from our organization.
Yeah. I hear you. Caller,
like the math is actually backing them up now, So in other words, when they're making their sales pitch, they can sit down at the coffee table and be like, and lay out some papers and be like, see, this is our proof. Like almost like a what do you call it for the for stock market? The what do they call that? I can't remember the name of the document that tells you all the financials of the company and all that, prospectus.
Affidavit? I don't know.
The prospectus or something it's called.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Color, hold it down for just 2 minutes. Can you do that for me real quick?
Sure thing. And while I'm doing that, since I'm holding it down and I have arrived at the hospital to drop the world's best Miami Dolphins fan off. Say fins up, Mom. Tell everybody fins up.
Fins up.
All right. And tell Mom to have a good day, everybody. All right, guys. So, wow, it's a little muggy today. I don't think we did weather, but man, it's a little muggy today. Getting warm again and wet. Middle October, that tends to sometimes can be our hottest month. So, yeah, come on down, Carolina. Have fun. Get a little soaked. But, yeah, so I appreciate everybody showing up, by the way. But as far as these projections go, I understand that everybody's going to right away say, oh, analytics and projections and all that's all they are. Yes, I agree. One loss could change all of that. Absolutely. We can only look at it for what it is right now. But the thing of it is, if you look at the projections they have for the 49ers, nobody's going to disagree. Nobody's going to say, oh, those are just projections. No, because we saw what we saw last night or Sunday night against the Cowboys. They're 5-0, and if you look at the projection, and the whole list, we're right behind them. Not the Chiefs, not the Bengals, not anybody, us. So how is it different from the 49ers to us? Why is all of a sudden the analytics don't tell you the story and whatever else, and they're bullcrap and whatever else, when nobody would say that about what it says for the 49ers? I guess maybe their division opponents' fan bases would say it, but if I told you all what the projections for the 49ers were before even opening up this conversation, you would have said, okay, sounds about right. Nobody would have thought anything of it. But for some reason, it's the Miami Dolphins up there with those high projections. And now projections don't mean anything, and analytics are bullshit and whatever else, bullcrap and everything else. The Buffalo Bills are up there in the projections. Is anybody saying it's fake for them? No, it's only ever fake for the Miami Dolphins. No, I don't buy it anymore. We're projected for a 12-win season. We have a 97% chance to make the playoffs. And yeah, that would go down with a loss, but it's 97% chance. Start making plans, people. The only question is where that playoff game is going to be played. Because we also have a pretty decent probability of making the divisional round, which I'll get into on my show when we do a deeper dive. But currently, we're sitting atop the entire league. I guess the numbers would be updated after last night's game, but last night's teams don't really affect the numbers much. And yeah, we're sitting atop the league in every category on offense. Most yards per game, most passing yards per game, most rushing yards per game.
You know what that means?
Overall,
you know what that
same
means,
thing.
brother?
Well, that means that we're the best.
It means we're the ones. The ones. Anyway,
we're the hymns.
We're the hymns. Yeah. Anyway, Color, let's keep it going here.
Right on.
Last thing about what in the world I'm just gonna say, and this has nothing to do with football, but shout out to my favorite. Everybody has a favorite athlete in every sport. In soccer, my favorite athlete isn't named Messi. It's not named Ronaldo. My favorite athlete of all time, and I have multiples of his jersey, was Eden Hazard. And Eden Hazard has officially retired. And then shout out to him. He had a wonderful career, played for Chelsea for many years. He invented Chelsea during my youth and growing up and everything, in my opinion. So shout out to him and his future endeavors. Just wanted to say that. It's my last thing on what in the world. And we can move on for Miami Dolphin football, right? It is currently 7:03 a.m. in the morning. I'm going to do the weather report real quick. Currently in Miami. Oh, that's not it either. Did they change it? It's 77 degrees currently.
I'm going to guess the humidity.
Go ahead.
82%.
Close, but no cigar. Currently, it's 77 degrees. Today's high is 87. Low is 79. Humidity is 90%.
Oh, man. I was wrong, but I was right for shooting high. Because it is definitely muggy out here this morning.
It's going to be partly cloudy, partly sunny. Slight chance of rain this morning at 7%. However, this afternoon, expect some rainstorms, 35% chance. Evening will reduce to 17%. Overnight, you probably won't see very much. It's less than 10% again. So, but there is it looks like on the west coast of the U.S., there's a hurricane hitting those parts, huh? I didn't know that. Actually, it looks like the west coast of Mexico looks like is the one that's getting hit. Hurricane Lydia.
Well, somebody's got it.
Yeah, west coast of Mexico is the one that's getting hit.
Something's got to produce them. Right. Something's got to produce those Arizona monsoons.
This is true. Seems like there's a lot of rain.
That's
also
generally what it comes from.
Yeah, there's a in North Florida. There's a coastal gale watch going on. I believe that has to do with the riptide and current and all that stuff. I could be wrong, but that is what is going on right now. So let's keep it moving. We're going to start talking about the Miami Dolphins now specifically. We've been doing that already, but we're going to continue to do this. So big news came out yesterday that our star running back is being evaluated for a knee injury. And I said it before the game. I'm going to say it again. The Miami Dolphins really, really need to evaluate their health and fitness department because there's been injuries all over the place unexpectedly. I don't know what the heck's going on, Color. It seems like every time we get ahead, there's a new injury every time, right? And this is a guy that we can't really afford to lose, in my opinion. The Miami Dolphins' convincing victory against New York Giants might come at a price, perhaps even a heavy price. Rookie sensation Devon Achane was injured during the game and was having tests done Monday to determine the nature and severity of his injury. While head coach Mike McDaniel said Monday he didn't know exactly when Achane was injured, video of his final carry on the game showed his right leg getting twisted and the 2023 third round grimacing before he jogged off the field. While he didn't carry the ball again, Achane was on the field for the Dolphins' final third down play of when Tua Tagovailoa threw an 8-yard completion to Raheem Mostert on 3rd and 6, allowing Miami to kneel and run out the clock. Achane, not Chain. Sorry about that. Lined up in the slot on the left inside step toward the sideline before Tua threw to Mostert in the right flat. Achane lighting it up. Achane finished the game with 151 rushing yards on 11 carries, including a 76-yard touchdown in the second quarter, giving 460 yards in only 3 games, plus 1 carry. The second highest total in the NFL behind only Christian McCaffrey's 510 yards. Asked about speculation about potential ankle injury, McDaniel said it's more of his knee and we're evaluating. We'll have more information as it goes. McDaniel said he needed more information before discussing whether Achane would be available for a Week 6 game against the Carolina Panthers on Sunday, or whether it potentially could be something serious enough to be season-ending. It's just something that we're treating that we'll get more information on, McDaniel said. But he was in the game, standard rotation at the end of it, like normal, then thought that we might have something. But he's such a tough kid. It was kind of tough to read, so we need to evaluate more, and that's what we're doing today. McDaniel then kind of confirmed that the evaluation process would involve an MRI. Yeah, I mean, there's various things that he's undergoing. Handshakes as well, high fives. McDaniel answered in his own unique style. From all accounts, he had a good breakfast and lunch, but no, we're just evaluating, so that's part of the process. In other words, I think they don't really have anything, Color, at this point. I think if it was really that bad, we would have heard it by now. Don't you think?
Yeah, and I also think, I mean, look, we're going to jump on anything when it comes to a player like that who is starting to surprise people. I mean, you start playing the game as far as the injury report goes. You know what I mean? It's just like McCaffrey being on the report every week or whatever. We're starting to play that game, I think. And I'm not saying he didn't get hurt. I'm not saying that, something ain't going on. I'm just thinking that as minor as it may be, we're going to jump on it like we don't know, because we want to keep that air of uncertainty about whether Achane's going to be in the lineup week by week. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the first opportunity we saw him gingerly walking off the field. It's like, oh, yep, put him on report. And now we can milk that if we want to, whether he's injured or not.
Yeah, I mean, they did it last season. I want to say it was either Melvin Ingram or Armstead. They hadn't, even though he played, he was on every injury report as questionable or even doubtful at times. It was crazy.
Right. The only thing that bothers me is that on occasion it's the other way around, where they're trying to hide something, like with Tua's what was it, his finger injury a couple seasons ago, where it was like, oh, it was just jammed and then it was sprained and then it was broken, or with the Waddle injury this year. Oh, he got the wind knocked out of him too. There's a little soreness too. He's out indefinitely. I just don't want to see a case like that arise where all of a sudden it's just getting worse and worse, and now he's down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is the good news, and maybe this is why they're okay with evaluating him and putting him on the injury report at this point. Jeff Wilson will be practicing with the Dolphins this week. He's coming back, off the PUP list. NFL's top rushing attack has reinforcements on the way. The Miami Dolphins, which averaged a league-leading 185.8 rushing yards per game and 6.9 yards per attempt, could be at full strength at tailback for the first time all season at some point in October when Jeff Wilson returns from the torso and thumb injury that got him placed on the injured reserve. According to WSVN's Josh Moser, who hosts Sports Extra with South Florida-based agent Drew Rosenhaus, Wilson will be coming off injured reserve this week. And designated for return and will begin a 3-week window where he'll practice with the team. So let me make sure I understood this correctly. So he's coming back, but you have to practice for 3 weeks. Did I understand that correctly?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works.
I do need to step away for just a sec, Ollie. I'll be right back.
Sure. When asked about Wilson's status on Monday, head coach Mike McDaniel said that's something he and his staff have discussed, but haven't finalized, throwing a wrinkle into initial plan in his knee injury Devon Achane suffered during Miami's 31-16 win over New York's Giants on Sunday. Wilson, who entered training camp as the number 2 back behind Raheem Mostert, can be activated at any point since he's missed 5 games while on the injured reserve. The week he returns begins a 3-week window where he's allowed to practice with the team. If this week he doesn't return to the 53-man roster before number 5th road game against Kansas City Chiefs, he'll have to remain on the injured reserve for the rest of the season. Yeah, and it goes on to say that Wilson was eligible to start practicing last week, but the Dolphins seemingly held him out for a week. Cornerback Nick Needham, who is coming back from a season-ending Achilles injury, he suffered last October. And offensive guard Robert Jones, who was rehabbing an MCL injury to his right knee, suffered in training camp, began the 3-week window to return from injured reserve last week. Okay, so I guess there is a 3-week window. I was not aware of that. Both former starters must be activated after October 22nd game against the Philadelphia Eagles. As for Wilson, a 6-year veteran who gained 392 yards and scored 3 rushing touchdowns on 84 carries with Miami after he was acquired in a trade from the San Francisco 49ers last season. The Dolphins would benefit from adding a talent with the skill set as a physical inside runner. Achane has taken over the backfield. While Wilson has been sidelined, Achane has showcased the speed that motivated the Dolphins to select the former Texas A&M standout in the 3rd round of the 2023 NFL Draft, establishing himself as the NFL's 2nd best rusher. This is not a drill. This is not a joke. That is a fact. He is this NFL's 2nd best rusher currently. Heading into Sunday's game, home game against the Carolina Panthers, Achane only trails San Francisco 49ers tailback Christian McCaffrey when it comes to productivity and from his position, and he's achieved the feat in only 3 games after being inactive for the first week and only handled 1 carry in Week 2's win over New England Patriots. Achane has gained 460 rushing yards and scored 5 rushing touchdowns on 38 carries. He's also caught 9 passes for 67 yards and 1 touchdown. So shout out to Achane. Mostert has handled the lead role for much of the season, gaining 314 rushing yards and scoring 8 touchdowns on 58 carries. But Dolphins haven't had success converting 3rd in short situations and need help punching the ball into the end zone when scoring in the when working in the red zone. That's potentially where Wilson can help the team. Savon Ahmed, a fourth-year veteran, and Chris Brooks, an undrafted rookie from BYU, are the other two tailbacks on the 53-man roster. We haven't seen Savon Ahmed. That'd be really interesting. He did very well during the training camp. I'd like to see more of him. So that's somebody I hope that starts to get going this Sunday against the Carolina Panthers. Wilson's return will give the Dolphins, bearing another injury, 5 tailbacks on the 53-man roster. That's an unusually high number, so it's possible the Miami would cut one of the other 4, most likely Brooks, who can be waived and signed to the practice squad. To get removed from injured reserve and placed back on the 53-man roster, Wilson, who needs to prove Miami's coaches that he's past his injuries, can protect the football, which is a major concern because of his hand injury, and has kept himself in good shape. There we go. That is the information we have on Jeff Wilson's return. We do need him. We do need. I said that the running back room, as good as it is kind of soft when it comes to depth. So we definitely need to make sure that we stay healthy and we keep that next man up attitude. So that's my opinion when it comes to the Miami Dolphins running back room. Not saying we're going to go make a trade or anything like that, depending on the severity of Achane's injury, but that is something to keep an eye on. Because Mostert, I don't think he can do it by himself. He's definitely going to need help. And having Achane there was amazing. We just need someone to fill that role for now. Let's see what else we got going on. All right. Let's see. Why is Tyreek Hill saying he's washed? The Dolphins plan to tease Tyreek Hill for a play that produces NFL's fastest speed. Dolphins know the best way to transform Tyreek Hill into the cheetah is to make everything a competitive situation. Miami Dolphins All-Pro receiver Tyreek Hill realized, and this is according to, just so you guys know, is according to Omar Kelly, and the previous one was as well. Miami Dolphins All-Pro receiver Tyreek Hill realized that he'll be subjected to a week's worth of teasing on a play where he's posted the flashball carrier speed in the NFL for the 2023 season, so he needed to get ahead of it. That's why Hill posted a preemptive strike after the game, addressing the quick hitch he's turned upfield for a 64-yard reception before getting caught by Giants safety Xavier McKinney, who had a good angle on him. I'm washed, Hill tweeted out immediately after Miami's 31-16 win over the New York Giants. Clearly, Hill is trolling, considering the play made him the first player of the 2023 post a 22-mile-per-hour speed, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. The first player of the 2023 season to post a 22-mile-an-hour speed. That is pretty impressive. Okay. His official 22.01 allowed him to move ahead of teammate Devon Achane, the tailback rookie, whose 21.93 time from week 3 against Denver trumped Hill's previous best, which was 21.66 miles per hour he posted on a 47-yard catch he pulled in during week 1 win over the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm the fastest in the league, Hill told Miami Dolphins social media team right before fellow receiver Braxton Berrios added a forever. Dolphins last week, Hill took issue with Achane's claiming the top spot, and the competitor in him made it a goal to redeem the Cheetah's reputation. Even though Hill posted the top speed of the season, the fact he was caught from behind by a safety got him teased on the sideline the rest of the game, and the jokes likely won't end there. He is going to hear it from all of us the whole week, said Achan, whose 460 yards rushing, which he produced on 38 carries, put him second in rushing behind San Francisco's Christian McCaffrey, who has 510 rushing yards on 99 carries. It's a friendly competition, he said. Between Hill, Achan, and Raheem Mostert, Dolphins had the 6 fastest speeds of the 2023 season until Cincinnati's Jamar Chase produced a 21.54 miles per hour speed on a 63-yard touchdown in Sunday's 34-20 win over the Arizona Cardinals. Color, the speed we have is absolutely ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It is absolutely ridiculous.
That is the word I would use.
Holy crap, it's El Capitan. Everyone stand up for your captain. How you doing?
Who the heck is this a-hole?
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
All right, good deal. Man, Fins Up Wednesday keeping the lights on in this joint, huh? I mean, goodness gracious. Thank you, Fins Up.
Did he do another one? Did I miss a bunch of them? I did miss. Holy crap, I did miss a bunch of them. All right, I'm sorry. When doing the morning show, I'm not really paying attention, so I'm sorry, my friend.
StreamYard doesn't seem to be updating the comments either, because I have a blank screen in the comments section, bro. Like nobody's talking at all.
Too at this point. So Fins Up Wednesday said $5 donation. Yeah, my boys, let's effing go. Love. $2 donation. Tyreek touchdown. Tua called that play. Yes, he did.
Fins Up Wednesday's been around a long time, and he's earned himself a moderator wrench on the tailgate now. So I know he's a guy that's got a good, he's a nice person, a sweet guy, and a diehard Dolphins fan. And it's been a long time coming for Fins Up Wednesday.
Yeah. These are all Fins Up Wednesdays. I'm so sorry, man, that
he's coming to us all the way from New Zealand, I believe.
Yes, He is holding it down on the other hemisphere for us. Appreciate him.
Yeah. El Cap's got it all taken care of. He's the one rocking and rolling the moderator. I just wanted to make sure we got all of your donations, man. I'm sorry about that. That's my bad. See what happens, Color? You leave and look what happens.
I know, and I still ain't. Are people commenting? Because it's not showing up at StreamYard.
The last comment I got was at 6:19 a.m. That's the last one I'm seeing.
Oh, okay, all right.
But no. But it is right though, because there is something going on, because that was at 6:19 a.m. What I just read off, all those donations that Fins Up did, was after the fact.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I haven't gotten I bet YouTube is showing the comments. I'm not getting a single one in stream. The last one I see was Mansa Chill saying that lightsaber chopsticks are hardcore or something, right?
Yeah, we're not seeing the chat, so I apologize. StreamYard's having some issues. Yep, I know I'm biased, but watching Eagles all year, they have nothing for Achan. Their front seven are big, but not as mobile. They will stuff the middle. That's the issue. We run Achan all day.
Yeah, I thought people were bored with us today. I'm thinking we got more people than we normally have watching that early, but nobody's commenting. Are we that boring today?
Yeah, in fact,
I think everybody misses Ali with his top of the tailgate, not going to lie.
Right. They're speechless. They're like, I got to hear every word. I can't say nothing.
They're speechless.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments. There's a lot of people here. I'm actually looking at the YouTube feed now. I can see the comments. Let me see if I can go back, because there's a lot of people.
They're like, dang, these boys are ignoring us, man. Like, what? Like, dang, man. The TFTG don't read comments anymore. What's going on?
Mr. Polk is up in here. Shout out to you. I could see the light. Shout out Jan's Fins fan from.
Oh, now they're all showing up all of a sudden for some reason. They all just popped in.
It just wanted El Capitan to come make an appearance. That's what it is. You're welcome, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I can actually see it. It's so freaking weird. Mr. Paul, not Mr. Paul. What am I saying? Papa Paul's up in here. Adam Sadowski, BMCD. How you doing? Trying to make sure I get everybody. Michael Kane's in here.
Salute. Fins up, Winsy.
Bill's
Fins
fake
up,
crowd
Winsy's a
noise.
real one.
One of the best names I've seen around here. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, the
Look,
Bills fake crowd noise kills me.
Crypto, how you doing? All these people, I'm so sorry, man. We literally were not getting updated at all, so I apologize to everybody. Yeah, I think going forward, I have to have both streams going on at the same time.
Ali, when you put this stream up, did you hit the monetization on it? Because I noticed sometimes when you don't do that, the comments don't come in on the YouTube thing.
When I put this stream up, I only do it in StreamYard. I don't do anything in YouTube. Should I be doing that?
Yeah, definitely. You got to put the monetization on. Sometimes when you don't, the comments don't come through. I don't know why. I've had that problem before. I'm looking at it and like there's only like the members are showing up or something weird like that. I don't know if there's like a setting that's off or something. It's weird, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Should always go through Studio and make sure to hit the monetization because it's just the routine I do and I don't have any problems. When I don't do my routine, it seems like I have problems.
Yeah, usually I'll catch it up if it's not done yet, but I forgot to look this morning.
Yeah, I blame color, honestly.
It's all my fault. It is. It really is.
Yeah,
I mean,
I blame color.
I mean, I was up at 4 a.m. I could have easily went in there and checked, you know.
Jeez,
yeah, actually, can one of you guys check because I'm in the YouTube Studio thing and I don't see where I can make that change.
Oh, you go to the
on the
little
main
hamburger
list
on the side, and there's a way to, or go out of the studio and go to the main list where it shows all the shows, the live,
and you'll see a little money sign.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
it
you'll
now.
see. Yeah,
It's on. It says on currently.
Oh, okay, well then it looks like you're good. Then I got no answers.
I think it's StreamYard, bro. StreamYard, for whatever reason, has been having little hiccups. I think that's what it is. All right,
Not as many hiccups. Not as many hiccups as freaking Facebook, which we're no longer on Facebook. So
sorry, Facebookers.
Yeah.
If you're trying to find us Facebookers, come over to YouTube. It's better anyway. Just come to YouTube.
We've been shadow banned, and now all of the Facebooks that we're affiliated with that were under our umbrella are gone. So
they didn't like us drinking on the show. I think that's what it was.
Well, bro, that and the music and stuff, and I've been trying to reach out. We have the rights to that music, and I mean, bro, that was my personal Facebook. It's gone. I got videos and pictures. I've had that since I was like in high school. It's gone now. I'm so pissed.
Personal Facebook is gone.
Yeah, I'm pissed, bro. I'm not gonna open another Facebook now. They can go to hell.
Yeah. See, I think the issue with them, I think the issue with Facebook, people don't know this, but when you upload videos, pictures, or anything like that, in the actual terms and conditions, they say they own the rights to that content. So the fact that the music was being played and they don't have the rights to it, that's probably why.
Yep. And you literally, it's to the point where those rights, you could be walking through a TJ Maxx in the picture frame section, and you know those little dummy pictures they have in the picture frames on the shelf? You can see yourself in one of your Facebook pictures, and there's nothing you can do about it because they sold it to that company or whatever, and they put it in a picture frame to sit on a shelf somewhere.
And you know what, man?
It's kind of a tricky way to not have to obsolete models. You know what I mean? Like they don't have to pay models anymore. They just go through a bunch of Facebook images and pick good looking ones. And you know
what?
They don't have to pay models anymore.
I got sick and tired of seeing my face plastered all over TJ Maxx and Marshalls.
I'm telling you.
I'm sick of it. So I've taken my stuff off Facebook.
And Ross,
yep.
Even Walmart gets in the game, man.
Yeah, it's bull. It's bull. But you know what? Real quick, before Ali, you get cooking again. You know, they allowed these other Facebook pages that just are like No, they're nobody's Facebook page. They're these pages that they exist only to copyright things, to steal content. Every
Right.
single thing we did on our channel got hit with a copyright that I had to go and dispute. And I got sick and tired of doing it. I'm talking every single
Yeah.
thing we did got hit with copyright by some guy from freaking or some company
The bot,
somewhere,
right.
some bot in like India or something like that. And every time I disputed it, it got turned over, but they would redo it every time. So here they are allowing people to basically steal and rob, but
Right.
we
Which
can't.
is
We
which
can't.
is where right, which is YouTube actually looks really down upon that practice.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's like night and day different with regulation.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, this is happening not just to us, but to other. There's a well-renowned YouTuber that is out there that's a friend of the family. We know who he is. That's going through a very similar situation where he's getting hit with copyright and demonetization because somebody is saying that he's taken their
Yep.
identity when it's all him. So I don't know what to say. It's him on
Yeah,
video.
he actually decided to give up because he was going to shut down anyway in a couple months, and he said, "Forget it. If they're going to act like that, I'll just do it now." You know, so he just shut his channel down and was like, well, "Forget
Did
it.
he
It's
really?
too much of a hassle." Yeah,
No,
he was saying that if we're talking
Larry
about,
didn't shut it down.
yeah, he said it.
Larry-
Well, they did, but he didn't bother to dispute it anymore because he was going to shut it down anyway.
No, I talked
So
to
he
Larry
just let him
personally.
delete it.
He's gonna
Larry L.
No, I'm
Oh,
talking about
Larry
Larry
K.
K.
You're talking about.
Oh, Larry
Oh,
L.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Larry L. did lose his channel. Larry K. Man, they're coming after the Larrys. What the hell?
Oh yeah, they
I didn't get a name
demonetized. Yeah,
either.
they demonetized Larry K. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they
I'm talking about
demonetized Larry
K.
K.
I wasn't talking about Larry L. I didn't know Larry L lost his channel.
Yeah,
How
Larry
the
L.
hell did he
Yeah,
lose his channel?
It's
Yeah,
just a
they claim
shame, bro.
they claim that he's impersonating somebody.
Who is he impersonating?
Well, that's what their claim was, and then I guess they're saying because he changed his name. Oh, I know what it was. He changed his channel used to go by the name FinFans Panel, remember? And
Yeah.
so he changed his name to Larry L Channel or whatever he changed it to, but he was still holding panels. So they claimed he was impersonating his previous title,
Wow.
as if he created a different channel and named it something and is mimicking what Larry L was doing. They're basically saying he's impersonating himself.
Ah, man, that's crazy.
Stupid. It really is dumb.
That sucks. You know,
And with
shout out to
Larry K,
YouTube, because you can get in touch with somebody at some point and get this stuff worked out. We've had problems. Problem is with Facebook,
How you guys doing?
they don't care. They're not doing nothing. They're like, oh, you lost it. I sent an email back. They go, nope, I'm not gonna listen to your review. Goodbye. You can start, and their answer is you can start a new Facebook. It's like, dude, what?
Right, so you can get me for impersonating or whatever else you can get me for. You
No,
know,
they
but
didn't even. They don't even tell you what it's for. They just go,
Right,
you
right.
were warned once before, which I don't even remember. And it's a 2-strike rule apparently with Facebook. You know, they tell you once for anything, and then if you get told again, they take away your entire Facebook.
Now, as
So,
far
and
as Larry K,
it's not like I was involved in, like, you know, interaction with people and the bullying and all the stuff they say they care about. No, they care about
Right.
their advertisers and me getting hit by some guy that doesn't own any
Hey,
of my
we got some breaking news this morning, by the way.
Justin Jefferson, is that what you're gonna say?
Justin Jefferson was placed on injured reserve because of a hamstring injury he suffered. That's big.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not like they were going anywhere anyway.
People's fantasy teams are freaking out right now.
Yeah, everybody that has
The thing I was going to mention though, Larry K is basically going through the same checks and balances basically that we went through. He got demonetized for like literally no reason, and he's gonna have to deal with somebody.
Yeah,
but I told him,
Lindsay,
Captain John,
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
Well,
ahead.
real quick, I'm just gonna say all that. Just I said the sooner you get a hold of a real person at YouTube, the quicker they'll fix it, man. Don't even bother with the game.
I want to shout out to Fins Up Lindsay striking again with another $5 donation. Love, if you think $5 isn't much, our milk is $4. Our milk is almost $4 too. So I know.
Damn.
Yeah, I know how you feel. What's up, Shake Money? Welcome to the
show. What's going on? Yeah, Larry said they're gonna reinstate him in January. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow.
So he has to wait till January to be reinstated?
Yeah.
That is nuts, dude.
So the same exact thing happened to us last year. As Color will tell you, we got hit exactly around this time, the third or fourth week of September, and didn't get our show remonetized till after the NFL season.
And we couldn't get an answer as to why. They wouldn't tell us what we had to fix. Nothing.
Now you know what it is. We found where to surf the algorithm at, and they didn't like that. And it was stuff that we were getting monetized for that they then went back and deemed that we shouldn't have been monetized for.
Right.
Here it is. If your channel is blowing up, it's because it's because you're paying for it. And if you're not, they're not liking that. That's just a fact, bro. And now if you're on for 7-8 years and you get little by little by little, that's okay to do. But, a lot of these people that come out and this guy with his girlfriend's on a boat fishing somewhere, those people already are rich. They're just paying to get this thing lifted off the ground. Then they make money on it.
Like an investment, like a turnkey investment.
Yes, they have money and now they want fame and money. And so that's what it is. And anything else takes a long road.
Dr. Brian Keating just wrote a book about that very phenomenon on YouTube, how it's like you start with clout and you can just jump right up. Like, you know, he wrote a book about it.
If you wanna, do it the right way, it takes a long time. And if you figure out, in the beginning, especially last year, I was figuring out each social media's algorithm, whether it was Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. I was figuring out how to juice it, and it got us in trouble. I got in trouble on Twitter. I got in trouble on YouTube. I got in trouble on Facebook because I figured out when and how and what videos and how long, all this shit. Figured it out. They don't like that. They don't like you figuring out their computer. They're like, you're obviously a robot, or you're obviously cheating the system somehow, which there's nothing in the bylaws that say you can't figure it out, but then they see that you did, and then they ban you for it. It sucks.
Bill's fake crowd noise says it's probably a Bills fan reporting fans channels. Probably.
Well, that and also competitors of ours who will remain nameless, because we don't know. There's no evidence of it, but at the same time, it's also competitors in the Dolphin space.
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. It is very odd that they went after both Larrys. You know what I mean? And they both have a single initial after their name. So just saying, that's kind of weird. You know what I mean?
It's a real shame though, because people put in a lot of effort to get to that 1,000, and then they have to play this guideline game for like for 6 months to get it back, and then now your pace has been decimated. Like we still haven't got up to the projections that we were at before we got demonetized, bro. Yeah. We've gotten back a lot, but it's still, bro. We were talking about 10,000 by early next year. You know what I mean? And now it's like all out the window because we were demonetized for 2 months. And it's they don't even give our members the respect to tell them. They just cancel their subscription and don't even give them a reason why.
Fins up Wednesday, man. I appreciate you, dude. I really do. For El Cap, if you say 5 more memberships, done.
So that's why we are so appreciative. Yeah, we are so appreciative of the members we have right now, because you guys came right back through as soon as our monetization got turned back on.
Yeah.
And we've grown even more since then. We have far more members than we did when we got demonetized back then. So,
You know, thank you all so much because I know y'all understand the nonsense behind the scenes with the social media platforms, and it really is nonsense.
Well, it's just
Yeah.
like, I called Larry about it, and I explained to him that we went through the same rigmarole, and that you just gotta it's a rite of passage. You gotta just hang in
Exactly.
there. You gotta endure and
What's up,
don't get
David J?
frustrated. We did it last year. 8 months out of the 12 months last year, we were demonetized. 8 out of the
Right.
12 months.
Hey, by the way, did you guys mention that Justin Jefferson's been placed on IR?
Yeah, we talked about
Yes.
that. About
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
damn. Okay, damn, that's crazy.
feel bad for anybody that drafted him in free agent or for fantasy football. That would suck.
I don't feel that bad because I didn't get anything out of him because I didn't draft him, and I feel bad about myself.
Did you win this week? Did you win this week, LK?
Oh, barely. Only because I went against Team Latino, who his
I
entire
won
roster
because
up
my
and
kicker
down.
had 25 points.
Team Latino's entire roster is just absolutely. And yes, fins up Winsy. You might as well toss those things out, those memberships, brother. Appreciate you, homie. But yeah, he's got people up and down his roster either on bye week or they're on IR or ruled out. It's just he had no shot. I felt bad. I scored just over 100 points to win, and that should not be a case when we have that much. My fantasy team is not good. It's not good.
Yeah,
I took
I'm
a lot of risks.
So, yeah, I don't know. I've had like bad luck, bro, and it all started with the Aaron Rodgers injury. That's what happened. I
Yeah, that
barely
kinda
won the
derailed it.
first week because I was OP'd everywhere else. But after that, it's been a downward spiral trying to find that quarterback. And now I finally won my second game, so I'm 2-3 now. So
I'll tell you who looks like they've got probably the best team right now is Greg. Greg had took some Taylor and other things like that, and he put these people on IR and held them and stashed them on his roster. Now you look at Greg. Greg's going to be scoring 150 points every week now. So we watch in the fantasy football league on Saturdays at 11 a.m. with KP. Who KP I think is still undefeated or only has one defeat. So,
Yeah, to crypto. To crypto. He lost to crypto.
To crypto? He
Yeah.
lost to crypto. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Shake, I didn't even see Michael K's text messages about my name. He's all like, now that name, bro, that's crossing the line. I hope Tuna gets this and that. I'm like, hey, whatever, man. See, I don't blame you if you wish injury on our player. It don't bother me. You wish injury on me, that's different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
These people are
Anyway.
millionaires.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you broke your leg. I'm sorry you don't get to play your game anymore. But you're still a millionaire.
Speaking of sour Bills fans and other fans of AFC East teams alike, yesterday impromptu TD texted me and asked me to join him at the AFC roundtable.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
I was able to come up there for a little while.
School them all, huh?
Oh yeah, you know me. I wore the purple jacket, so I made sure to let him have it at some times. We're sitting atop the mountaintop, and the entire AFC East hates us now. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. Y'all remember what it's like to hate the Dolphins now, you sons of bitches. So I bodied everybody in the room real quick. Got TD to be real happy and excited about it. I had a blast. So if you guys can, make sure to go back and watch that AFC East roundtable.
I will.
And put in the comment sections TFTG family in the comments.
That's right.
section.
Let
just
everybody
them
know to
that
come
the
over here
TFTG
and give
was
us
there.
some love too. That's right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
And shout out to
Speaking
TD,
of,
such a generous individual, man. It's so
TD
kind,
is
bro.
the man, bro. He's such a nice guy, dude. I don't know. I can get how the character TD can get underneath your skin when you're watching him and he's going back with you. But for the most part, outside of this universe, he is the nicest guy on earth, man. He's way nicer than I am, and everybody thinks I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice dude.
Yeah,
like
not gonna lie, Cap. I had to turn him off last night when he started down that road about talking about the Taylor Swift conspiracy. and how it's the Chiefs' season to lose because the NFL. He pointed out how many that the NFL has 25 million followers on their social media, and Taylor Swift has 250 million. So the NFL, it's already starting the favoritism with the favored calls and stuff for the Chiefs because they want to make sure the Swifties aren't upset and keep coming back to watch football. You know what I mean?
Well,
And I'm like, as much I agree with him, but I don't want to hear that right now, bro. And I had to turn it off.
I can't remember where I heard it, but the Swifties, I guess, because of what happened, they're trying to get turf banned in the NFL and all the grass.
Oh my God, no!
Listen,
oh my God!
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. If they get that to happen, I'll be happy. Happy.
So will I. But it's just sad that Ali and I can sit here and do several shows on it and whatever else. But no, those Swifties get upset about it. Now everybody's got real grass again.
Bro, that's not a joke though. I sat here on a broken take and talked, and I was making almost Tonk and Color fall asleep on it because I kept saying, I was like, dude, this is a bigger issue than what you know. And we've talked about this even going as far as back last year
with the concussions, right? Not just injuries, but the concussions.
Talking about it, grass and turf is going to be a big issue. And then what happened? Slowly, these articles started coming out. It started coming out at the beginning of this offseason. Oh, and then the president of the NFLPA had something to say about it. Now you got Tyreek Hill saying something. Now you have the Swifties saying about it. But now everybody's like, oh, yeah, this is a major issue. Where were you last year when I said this?
Right.
Where were you earlier this offseason? Where were you on my Broken Take episode that was dedicated to the whole damn thing?
Right.
As you guys know, we're always ahead of the curve around here at the tailgate. So you want tomorrow's news today, you come here, and it's actually next month's news today is what
That's
you'll
right.
get. So.
We create narratives around here. We don't follow narratives around here. We create them.
We create them. And if you want to see it, you want to see it happen in real time, just go later today and watch Florio. Every take we said this morning, he's going to see it.
Multiple Bills fans were even complaining about the turf in England. It's such an issue. Oh my God! I'm like
the turf. That brings me to this, Ali.
Go ahead.
Look, we're running risk of running afoul with Swifties, and that's probably worse than running afoul with two in ears. You know what I mean? But
it's not probably, Color. It definitely is. This channel will cease to exist if we don't watch our P's and Q's.
That being said, the Swifties are not near as bad and as fickle as the Buffalo Bills fans, bro. The latest is now that they're petitioning the NFL to force a team who has 2 weeks in London to fly back to the States and then fly back to London so that it's an even keel.
And what was my comment to that, Color? What was my comment? What happened to that? Where was that rule put in place when Detroit spent 2 weeks? Buffalo spent 2 weeks in Detroit.
Well, when your shit don't stink, excuse my language, I guess that's how it is for Buffalo fans. I don't know. They
Great
think that
point,
they're
by
like,
the way.
I am so sick. I am so sick of Buffalo fans trying to rewrite the rule book to fit their narrative. And you know who I blame for this? I blame the NFL. I blame the NFL because the past 2 seasons, not including this season, they have bent the rules to help fit the Buffalo.
That's exactly what Ali's talking about.
They have bent the rules to help fit their hype train because the NFL picks them as the darlings again and again because I don't know why. It doesn't even make sense. It's not like they got a market.
Their uniforms are ugly.
It has nothing to do with Josh Allen. This started before Josh Allen. It started before that. Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't, bro. They didn't start winning championships till Josh Allen got there. They want Josh Allen to be the face of the franchise. I'm talking about the Buffalo Bills being the darlings because they want Josh Allen to be the face of the NFL like Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, I understand what you're stating, but what I'm trying to say is that I believe that some of the stuff that the NFL has done to help out Buffalo started before Josh Allen. Josh Allen, yes, now it's in full-fledged force. I agree. but I think some of it started before. That's just my opinion.
No, well, the reason I disagree is because they were in like a 20-something year playoff drought. You know what I mean? Before Josh Allen got
that
there.
was previous to that. But I'm talking about little things that were going on behind the scenes. It's not necessarily just them winning. It's other things that were going on. Listen, the story and whole narrative when we watch the next 30 or next documentary 20 years down the road from now is how the NFL baby-handed the Buffalo Bills throughout their entire legacy. That's what we're going to see. It's going to be the Buffalo Bills in a diaper. That's basically what it is. Because that's what they're doing.
I don't understand either because their uniforms are boring. Their stadium is ugly. I mean, I don't know why anybody even wants to. It's not good television. I don't even know why the NFL wants to favor them.
Yeah, I don't even know why either.
I really don't understand it. If they were going to placate to a big market and it's going to be up in the Northeast, why not the Jets? You know, they have a much bigger fan base, I would imagine, than the Bills. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. Or do it to a team that actually is fun to watch and fun to root for, like the Lions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's a team that's been decimated with bad luck over an eon. You know, I don't get it. And you know what? I think you guys are right. My StreamYard has not updated, and I know people are commenting. So,
it hasn't updated. I'm looking at it right now. Let me see if there's anything new.
Yeah,
it froze again. I'm still seeing the last Super Jet. Yeah.
Last thing I'm seeing is Flavor J talking about winning his fantasy the last couple weeks. So,
that's exactly what I'm looking at too. Real quick, I want to talk about this real quick. This was my last article to read before I have to shut it down at 8, or if you guys want to extend it, you can. Is Ramsey returning coming sooner or later? The Miami Dolphins, and this is according to Alan Poupart, the Miami Dolphins had a strong outing in Week 5, quieting at least for a week the criticism over its performance so far in 2023 season. Even more reason for optimism is the eventual return of 3-time All-Pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey, the team's prized offseason acquisition, and from the knee injury he sustained on the second day of training camp. Better even still is the idea that Ramsey could end up returning sooner than originally anticipated, which was somewhere around early December. Head coach Mike McDaniel talked about Ramsey's recovery process Monday, one day after several reporters tweeted seeing him running in the tunnel after the team's 31-16 victory against the New York Giants at Hard Rock Stadium. Ramsey is among the players the Dolphins placed on injury reserve after the roster cuts to the 53-man limit, giving him the opportunity to return. McDaniel didn't provide any timeline, but did sound encouraged about Ramsey's progress. Well, he hasn't sprinted yet, except past you guys. Interesting. I got intel that you guys noticed that. He's doing a great job. He's a special breed. He's on a positive side of the return. Exactly what positive side of return means is unclear, but it's not unrealistic to suggest that maybe Ramsey will be back sometime in November instead of December. After being injured while covering Tyreek Hill on that second day of camp, Ramsey attacked his recovery aggressively, ditching the crutches in August. Adding a fully recovered Ramsey to defense would be massive bonus and present more coverage options for defensive coordinator Vic Fangio. Listen, I've said that I think he's going to come back early November. I'm saying it's still going to be early to mid-November. What do you guys
think? I mean, listen, I think he can come back probably early November, but I don't know. That stretch of home games that the Dolphins find themselves in December, I just want them there for that. I want them on Miami healthy in December because yes, we're killing it right now, but we know how the season takes a turn for the worse in December the last 2 years. I want Ramsey to reinvigorate the defense in that stretch of football and us really be putting it away and see this Fangio defense the way it was always envisioned to be.
What is the difference between like what they did with Jeff Wilson and stuff like that? Because from my understanding, Jeff Wilson has to go through a 3-week window of practicing before he can be put back on the 53-man roster. Whereas with Jalen Ramsey, does he have to do this 3-week deal again? Is that something they have to do with him?
I don't know. They did some stuff this offseason with changing what type of PUP and IRs, and they did some different new stuff. So I don't know personally.
I'm gonna look into that. I'll report it on the next show. I just wanted your guys' perspective. So El Cap, you're gonna be at the Carolina game. I heard Shake Money is gonna be there too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Color's gonna be. Everybody's gonna be there. Color's gonna be there now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's gonna be there. Lou's gonna be there. I'm pretty certain the entire team minus Crypto is gonna be at the game.
Mm-hmm. We need to find a quick flight for HB and get HB at a game. That'd be fun.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
Actually, Stephen Ross is sending his helicopter to pick up Crypto and HB.
Oh, we're actually sending the TFTG chopper out there to go pick them up ourselves. Actually.
Yep, that's the chopper taking off now.
Every time I hear the chopper, it sounds like a tire of someone driving with a flat tire.
I think it sounds like a chopper. Anyway, but yeah, man. So that's pretty much the news for today. Do you guys have anything you want to talk about last few minutes?
No, I just want to say shout out to everybody in chat. Make sure to hit the like button. Shout out to the star of the day, Fins Up Winsy, who is just continuing to keep the TFTG name and brand alive. Appreciate you, Fins Up Winsy.
Definitely appreciate you, man. 100%. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I couldn't really see your chats as much. There's something going on with StreamYard, so again, I apologize. Fins Up Winsy's talking about flying to Miami also. Thank you for the $5 donation again. So
word. Fins Up Winsy's coming to Miami? When?
I don't know. That's what he just posted. That's the newest one. Let me see if I can get it to show up here. Here we go. No, see, it's not even showing up on the the starred thing. It's not even there, but I can see it in the regular.
Yeah, he did like $2 super chats too.
Yeah, there's nothing showing up on StreamYard. What's going on?
And now he's saying, Fins Up Winsy, thank you for another $2 donation. He says Cap was swagger on Roundtable.
Hey, Ali,
appreciate it, buddy.
Shouldn't be hard to find if you got a quick second to do it. Shouldn't be really hard to find. Can you find a tweet showing that a Bills fan was calling for them to force the teams to fly back to the States? Apparently, we're lying, bro.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not
Bills fans
lying.
aren't petitioning the league to do that. Maybe they're not. Maybe they didn't write an actual petition. But how do we know they didn't? They're petitioning in a way by spewing the nonsense on Twitter. That's how they're petitioning for it. And yes,
Listen,
they
Bills
are spewing that nonsense on Twitter, Michael K. Sorry to tell you, bro. It's not a lie.
Bills fans are spewing their nonsense all over everywhere all the time with nothing but excuses of how things aren't fair unless it goes their way. Let's call it for what it is. You Bills fans are sore losers and sore winners. That's what it is.
Oh, and by the way, joke of the day before we go, Ali. I got to give the TFTG joke of the day. The Buffalo Bills have signed 35-year-old corner Josh Norman to their practice squad.
Oh, man, I hope we see him out on the field. That guy sucks.
Yeah, I'll have to look for that. I'll see what I can find today.
So they're adding Josh Norman, and we're going to be adding Jalen Ramsey. Good job, Buffalo.
Yeah, way to go. Way to go, blow for blow, bums. Trash.
Yeah. What shows do we got today? What's next today? I know we got TMI Tuesday later tonight. What else do we got today?
Well, I'm not going to be able to make it for TMI Tuesday tonight. I'm getting off work early today. I'm actually at the job already. I got here a little early because I am getting off work early, leaving here around lunchtime to go pick up my wife and kids for my son's birthday present. We're going to Lauderdale tonight. We're going to go watch the Devil Wears Prada and other hardcore metal bands tonight for his birthday. So he's 11 yesterday, and it's time to introduce him to the family pastime and throw his little ass in a mosh pit. So it's
talking about the Devil Wear Prada, and I'm thinking he's gonna go watch some girl movie with his wife.
Yeah, we're gonna go watch a movie in the park, The Devil Wear Prada, and we're gonna wear makeup.
Mm-hmm. So, not gonna lie, man. Anne Hathaway is pretty dang hot, bro. Just not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh my! Good. I can't believe all the primetime games. Look at all the primetime games: Chiefs versus Broncos, Bills versus Giants, and Cowboys versus Chargers. Those are the three primetime.
The Cowboys versus Chargers is probably the only one worthy of potential primetime. But then again, the Cowboys in primetime have looked horrible. So I don't know. Cowboys are the biggest pretenders of the league to me, next to Buffalo.
But my point is, how the fuck did Cowboy get three? It's week 5, and they already got 3 of the 5 primetime games.
Yeah, I know, it's stupid, but you know what? That's what they deserve, because then they get to see, the whole nation gets to see how fraudulent they are. But no, that's all I got. Shout out again to everybody in chat. Make sure everyone hits the like button, please. And
yeah, the biggest one I can confirm, color, regarding complaints regarding Bills is the one about the turf, because there's a whole article written about it, so that's legit. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. As of right now, that's the only one I got so far. You said you saw it on Twitter?
Yeah, a couple of times, a few tweets about it. It wasn't even like one. That's why I used the word petitioning loosely. Obviously, it's not. There's no confirmation that they have actually submitted a petition.
I've seen it.
The word petition can be used.
Okay, here, I found it. I officially found it, and there's a Reddit page dedicated to this.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
So Michael K or whoever else the Buffalo Bills fans want to complain, this guy has found it. I'm going to snip it and add this so we can show this on the screen. 1 second.
Look at that. It took him 15 minutes of scouring around on Twitter and found it. So don't even act like it isn't something that's real.
Like I've ever made up something like that before. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, come on, man.
And
I could have come up with a better lie than that, man.
You know what? We should also look for what I seen on Twitter, that Buffalo Bills fans are writing a petition to get Taylor Swift out of the NFL because she has put voodoo on Josh Allen and the Bills. So that's the next thing we'll prove.
All right. So here, this is on a Reddit page. They're talking about this person, Boku Name Wajan Desu, whoever this person is.
That's one of Michael K's Bills fan. That's a top Bills fan.
That's one of Michael K's burners, I think.
So no, I think that's Dan Mitchell. That's his real page for Dan Mitchell.
Oh, interesting. Letting a team stay in London to play 2 weeks in a row is some of the most ridiculous home field advantage bullshit this league has come up with, right? So don't tell me you guys are not complaining about it, because this is the proof on the butter. And the name of this Reddit page is Bills Fans Already Whining. So you can go there and read all of your
They
whining.
were the away team against Buffalo. I don't know what they're talking about home field advantage. Secondly, have they ever heard of 2 home games in a row? Like, we actually have that now. We're playing the Carolina Panthers, and we have had to travel nowhere
after beating the Giants. What's the difference?
Like I said, when they had the snowed out game that they had to move to
Unreal.
Detroit, they stayed in Detroit for 2 weeks in a row. Did you see Detroit complain? Did any other team complain about that? No.
Well,
But the
every
Buffalo
team
Bills, when it
gets
happens
2
to
home
them, oh my Lord.
Every
The only
team
reason
gets
you're
2 home
complaining is
games
you
in a
lost.
row. But that's what I'm saying.
If
Every
they-
team gets 2 home games in a row. Just like we get 2 road games in a row.
If they, and this is the truth, Color. If they won that game, you would not hear a single
Never
peep.
would have heard one peep about it. Absolutely. Matter of fact, they would have been touting that is why they're so much better. Because we were only on 4. We had to go. They've been over there resting the whole 2 weeks, and we came in on a short week and beat them and blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
They would have been
sore
using it to make them
losers
to
and sore
glorify
winners.
themselves.
Again, sore losers and sore winners, bro. I can't stand their fan base because of it, and they
Just
have
like
the
their
most
quarterback.
unrealisticness in the world. You know, and just look no further than their representatives on,
Hey, yo.
on YouTube. That's who
That's
they
my
are.
hey, bro. Hey, they you know, it trickles down, bro. They go as their leader go.
All
Because
right.
if you ask
Michael
my mom what my
K,
biggest
thank you
gripe
for
with
your-
Allen is, it's that he's a poor winner.
Michael K, thank you for your $2 donation. He says, "Stop lying, Ali. Bills traveled back to Buffalo. Go back to 2022. You had the game versus Cleveland that got snowed out. They moved it to Detroit. They played in Detroit. Then what ended up happening? Oh, your very next game was against the Detroit Lions that was played in Detroit. So 2 weeks straight, you played in Detroit. I don't want
Besides,
to
even if they
hear-
did go home first, that would be no different than if we played Jacksonville and then had a home game. I mean, come on, man.
Jeez, do better, Michael K. Do better.
You mean to tell me? Sorry,
Uh-oh.
Ali, if you got to go, I'll keep it going for a couple more minutes, bro.
Look what you got. You got Lewis up here now. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Pissed off
Hang
Lewis.
up for-
You
Dude,
woke up the
you-
rabid dolphin, man. You're bad, bro.
I
Go ahead.
can't even have a peaceful day at work without hearing Buffalo Bill fans crying. Is that what I just heard?
That's what
Yeah.
you just heard.
There's a dedicated Reddit page, Lou. I mean, we got the proof. Proof is in the
Oh,
pudding.
my
We got
God.
it.
That is hilarious. Oh, the bottom feeders of the AFC East. How does
After
it feel
we
to be
were
bottom feeders?
forced to take our bye week in week 2, when we were supposed to have it late that year, which benefits teams, and you all know it. We were forced to take our bye week in week 2 because of a hurricane. Okay, ruined our whole season that year.
Yeah, it
But
did.
no, you didn't hear one peep from us about that.
Nope. It was the plight of being awesome and being a Floridian and having to deal with weather patterns like this.
Exactly.
While the Bills fans are looking to rewrite the entire rule book to fit their narrative. I'm sick of you Bills fans. Y'all got concussions from
Now
being
a team
dropped on your
can't
head,
have 2
jumping
home
through
games in a
tables.
row.
Wake up.
A team's not allowed to have home field advantage 2 weeks in a row. Well, we're going to have to change a lot of schedules because, okay, wait a minute. We
Just think
opened the
about
season.
Color.
We
Just
opened
think
the
about what
season
they're
on the
asking.
road 2 games.
Color, just think about what they're trying to ask for. They want a team that's in London to be forced to fly back to the States to
Just
then
for the
fly
sake
back
of
to
right.
London
It's
just because
ridiculous.
that's what they perceive to be fair. Now, I don't see how a team has to fly twice as much, actually 4 times as much, because they were already in London for a previous thing, to be fair for the Bills. No, they want it. They want the scales of favor to tilt for them.
Well,
Then it's fair.
here's the thing, bro. We opened the season this year in Los Angeles. Then we had to fly all the way back to New England before we even got a home game. Miss me with the London advantage bullshit, Michael K. Sorry to tell you, bro.
Well, and excuse me if I'm wrong. Ain't there an overseas game coming up this weekend? Ain't there one this week?
Yeah.
Well, what I heard is one of the teams that's playing just left for wherever the game is, right? See, it's not our fault, Michael K., that you Buffalo Bills decided to leave Friday to get over there Saturday. What you should have did was drive your happy ass or fly your happy ass over there, get acclimated, and practice and do everything over there. Don't sit here and cry because y'all wanted to stay y'all happy ass with the Warlocks in Buffalo, and then
it's interesting you bring that up, Lewis.
Lewis, hold on, Color. I want to make this point real quick. Lewis just reminded me of something. What happened last year in the beginning of the season?
I was just about to get there, Ollie.
New England comes to Florida a week early, gets acclimated and everything, and puts on an okay show. They lost the game, but it was an okay show. But then you got Buffalo Bills, who comes here, 2 days, a day before the game or whatever.
They were making fun of Bill Belichick for doing that. They were making fun of Bill Belichick for doing that.
For body bags, because there was people falling all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they had to body bag people left and right because you didn't acclimate to the weather. You didn't come early. That's the reality. And listen, we got TFTG that just created Voltron here, and there we go. And we got the entire crew up here. All right, so
talk about striking a nerve.
Y'all pissed us off this morning, Bills fans. Nice going.
Yeah, right.
You done kicked the fucking hornet's nest, you dumbass.
Yeah, what they did was they just jumped into a pod of calm dolphins, and now we're freaking swarming, dude.
Yep, now we're fixing to hold you down and do nasty stuff to you.
Mm-hmm.
They might enjoy that.
Dugong style.
They're not going to enjoy it the way I do it, Shake.
What line?
Michael K. See, the problem is Michael K says, Lewis, I'm not crying. Stop the bullshit. Well, Michael K, I can only go at you. Because where's all the other punks? Where's Mark?
Exactly. Where's the guy that started the Reddit feed? Huh? Where's he at?
Where's all those guys? Where the punks at? I can only go at you. You're the only punk in here, Michael.
Right. You're the one. Right? You're the one standing in for them taking all the darts. Why do that to yourself?
What lies, Michael K? What lies? What have we said that has been a lie? We've proven it to you. Go back and check out the record last season with the back-to-back Detroit home games. Right? Those are not lies, bro. Those are facts.
Actually,
they hold your hand.
Exactly.
You have NFL network licking Buffalo's asshole, for God's sake.
Hey, Ali, I know you got to go, but we'll, like you said, we'll run it down.
Yeah, we can let it go a couple more minutes if you got to run.
Can I send Michael K the link?
He don't want the link.
Once Ali leaves, he's lost control.
I want to know. I want his explanation on why NFL Network licked their asshole. I want to know.
Yeah. Show us the butthole licking right now, Michael K. You know you do that.
You know when you struck a nerve with Ali because he's like, forget the morning show. It's on now. It's the tailgate.
Ali's fucking. Ali's cannot afford I'm going to be late to work for tossing salads around here. Fuck them.
In the future, this will be members only content. The after show.
By the way, I sent you the link, Michael K. So
hey, Ali.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Hey, we can't afford to have Bills fans gaslighting us early in the morning. It's too early for that shit.
I'm telling you.
I didn't start. We're just reporting the news, bro. We're just reporting and he's calling us a liar.
Yeah, listen, the crypto, the news is that they want the rule change where you can't stay in London back-to-back weeks. You got to fly around the world twice to make it fair for Buffalo Bills fans.
Yeah. Is he there? Bring him
enough accommodating the Bills crying.
Well, that's the problem.
I want to point out something else real quick, too.
That's the problem. The NFL has done a job accommodating to the Bills that now they think that this is what they deserve. Accommodations. Here he is.
I want to point out something else real quick. Hold on real quick. We have to fly to Germany, which is 6 hours ahead, not 5. And guess what? The Chiefs have to go there from the Midwest, which makes it 7 hours ahead instead of 5. Are the Chiefs fans going to be complaining if we beat them that they had to travel 1 extra hour from the Midwest?
Hey, real quick, Michael K, because I'm going to be getting up out of here. Listen, I'm back at work, but Michael K, I'll start off with the first question. I just want to know, when you guys landed in Germany, was it too hot out there? Like, was it too hot in Germany?
No, London.
No, I thought, or London. Was it too hot?
Yeah. We're the ones that got to go an extra hour and play in Germany.
Was it too hot, Michael K, in London? What happened for the Bills? What happened against Jacksonville? Was it the turf?
Well, no.
Grass, hot?
You know what? I am just up here. You guys can lie all you want. You can make up all the stories you want.
Uh-oh.
No.
Ali he just put up the post, Michael K. That's not a lie.
How's that a lie?
Hold on a minute. I got feedback.
Yeah, you might want to take that metal plate out of your head.
Hold on. Let me put my earphones in.
Or the tongue out your ass, whichever one it is. I don't know. I heard there was some salad.
The silver tongue, right? You got to take that silver tongue out of your ass.
No, it's more like a fork.
No, I'm just up here. I'm just up here to stop the lies. It had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with me.
Or to make excuses. One of the two.
You know what? Well,
we'll determine that.
What?
You know,
he said lies, and it's not. He just proved to you what it was.
Misinforming.
No. Color said originally that the Bills petitioned the NFL.
Right. I didn't say that I didn't say they submitted a petition. I said they petitioned them. That is
the Bills.
A general word. That word is a general word that can mean to compel somebody. That's all it means. Well,
you're right, Color. You're right, but you left a huge word out. Even though it didn't happen.
You're changing the context to make me a liar. You're changing the context to make me a liar. You're claiming that I said they submitted a petition. And that's not what I said. I said they are petitioning the league. That means they're yelling about it. They're crying about it.
Where's this proof that the Bills petitioned the league?
Again, you're using a very specific definition of the word petitioned to frame me as a liar, and that's not going to work, bro.
And you left out the word fans.
Bro, you can use the word petitioning somebody without submitting a piece of paper or an actual petition.
Let me come back in. I got real bad feedback.
You right now. I'm petitioning you right now.
No, I think he's referring to. You're saying that the team is petitioning him when it's
I said
the
fans. I said the Buffalo Bills fans. That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get. That's what I'm trying to.
And that's what they're doing.
Here.
They're petitioning the league. They're out there yelling and crying to the league about it. That's what the word petitioning means.
But no, he's trying to say that you're saying that the team did that.
Right. And he's also using the very specific context of
now I'm back.
Submitted an actual petition. That is not what I said.
You said the
Bills using the word petition as a loose verb.
Okay, now Ali to prove your point, brings up a Bills fans post that mentions the turf and everything else, but there's nothing to say the Bills did anything. You're putting what idiotic Bills fans do in the context that the Bills are doing it.
You're putting my words into that context. I simply said they were idiotic Bills fans that were saying it. That's all I said.
You never said Bills fan. You said the Bills were petitioning.
Well, we can always check. Check
don't go back in line now, Michael. That's a bullshit. That is not what Color said.
Yeah, it is, because that's what set me off.
Petitioning to get changes for the Bills. That's what he said.
He never said Bills fans. That's what set me off, because I know these guys are going to lie about the idiotic fan base.
You don't see the Bills fans and the Bills as one and the same?
No.
When we're speaking as fans here?
No, because you know what? I don't see myself as Bills Mafia because I'm not an idiot.
Right, I didn't say Bills Mafia. I said Bills fans.
You're better than this. Here you are, just like a real Bills fan, rewriting history, trying to make it fit your narrative. This isn't good.
Better than this. We got Ali saying that we stayed in Detroit for 2 weeks because they canceled one of our home games.
You did. You guys lived in Detroit
we flew home.
We flew home. And stayed there to be relevant.
They flew home. You know what? They flew home. They flew home, and I'll send you the Instagram.
First of all, it doesn't matter if they flew home. That's like what, a 45-minute flight?
Like I said, it's
yeah,
like
You mean they took a helicopter home? Because I mean, it's a fucking hot.
Exactly, a 15-minute flight. Come on.
Well, here's the thing. Last year, the Dolphins stayed in LA when they were in. When they played San Francisco, they also stayed in LA to play the Chargers.
That was their choice.
That's not an uncommon thing.
let's also not forget that they saved you guys from a loss that the Bengals were going to put on your ass and just let that game just not exist.
Really? Now a dude dies on the field, and you're going to say they saved us from a loss?
My God, if the dude died on the field, he wouldn't have played.
And I guess now you're equating,
it is what it
based on your animosity towards my name yesterday. I guess you're equating a Matt Milano leg injury to somebody almost dying on the field now, right?
You know what? And the Bengals said they weren't going to play the game either. So don't put that on the Bills.
Yeah,
and we all know
that's what
the Bengals are trash too. What's your point?
Well, it's because you're going to put everything on the Bills, but yet the Bengals didn't want to play the game either.
If you want me to, I'll put it on the Bengals if you want me to.
Now you have to because I made a good point. Now you have to because I made a good point.
All the Bengals is the Bills of the freaking AFC North.
It's like I tell 2 and ears that bring up
no Super Bowls either. A bunch of fucking
Michael K. It's the same as 2 and ears bringing up Justin Herbert. All they're telling me is there are 2 quarterbacks that make that mistake.
I mean, here's the other one. If you want to put the narrative that the Bills are the AFC darlings or the NFL darlings, why do you bring it up that Goodell is actually from Western New York? Why did you actually use something?
Why did you bring up that Milano's leg crumbled like a Milano cookie?
It did. Well, what's the difference? Now, at least you guys might have a chance. At least you might have a chance on the 18th.
Yeah, you're right. And I ain't going to sit here and go, oh, that wasn't a real victory because Milano wasn't in there.
I think Andrew.
I can't
wait. We also lost. Oh, go ahead. No. I want to hear Ali say you think Andrew Van Ginkel's better than Milano. I want to hear Ali say it.
AVG. The more playing time he gets, the better he becomes.
I didn't say that.
But when it's all said and done, Milano will be forgotten while AVG will get a bust.
Hey, I'll tell you this much. AVG is going to be better than Milano next week.
Absolutely is. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you guys are banking on has-been Ramsey to come in and save your defense.
Has been Ramsey? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Has been Ramsey? You guys just signed Josh Norman.
Color. Hold on. I'll let you.
You guys are waiting on has been freaking Vin.
All right.
Von Miller.
Go ahead.
Has been Von Miller.
Hey, hold on. All right, Michael K, I'm putting you in the back just for a second. Listen, everybody, hit the like button. I appreciate you all. I appreciate it. I got to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 a.m. sharp. Make sure you hit the like and shout out to everybody up on here. Fins up.
Now for the after show.
Yeah, now for the real the reckoning.
Yes,
Michael K.
This will be in the future. This will be members only content, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm a member.
So y'all don't think we changed or sold out to the man or anything. We're telling you right now. In the future, this will be members only content.
You should have. You know what? You should have something like this at members only. You might get more members.
We're working on it, bro.
That would actually be good. Because you know what? You have just as many Bills fans as you do Dolphins fans as members.
The reason we haven't yet is because usually this kind of thing happens organically because we're really cool people. You know what I mean? So we weren't ready for it yet. But yes, in the future it will be members only content.
But now I gotta go back and I gotta clip all these things and send it to you guys because I learned how to do that. It's pretty cool. To where Ali said the Bills stayed in Detroit for 2 weeks.
Now you might have a point there if you can prove it. Fine. But this idea that the Bills fans aren't petitioning to change the shit, that's
you're absolutely right. The Bills fans are idiots. What do you want me to say?
Well, I know.
I'm clipping that right there.
You can call me anytime, bring me up, and I'll say Bills fans are idiots. I have no problem with that.
I'm happy that at least
some of them
Bills fans
are idiots, and you don't even have to give me a reach around.
Trust me. We've been on record saying that some Dolphin fans are idiots.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you,
not the way Bills fans.
49er fan base got idiots, and they got.
I got into it last night. I got into it last night with a Bills fan because he said that interception that Allen threw in London was as good as a punt on third down. I said, well, what's wrong with going for the first down on third down instead of throwing up a 50-50 ball? We have a punter we could pay to come in on fourth down and punt it if it didn't work. But he's trying to justify that Allen didn't play like shit.
You only get to say that if you win the game. Okay, you don't get to say that's an effective punt when you lose the game because of it.
Well, again, I didn't agree with it, but then he wants to bring up QB.
I'm speaking to that person, not you. I'm saying, like, you don't get to say if you got the win. Like, for instance, we had that happen to us. I forget, in a win. It might have been against you guys. I don't know, but either case, Tyreek was laughing about it on the sideline. He actually verbalized it. You can read his lips. Oh, it's just a punt.
I mean, listen. Josh Allen went from 27 to 40, 359 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. That's a pretty good game, if you ask me.
Well, you know what? It was trash yardage and trash yardage and trash time. But how many times can you run the ball?
I don't know about trash time. It's too close a game to have trash time.
It's too close of a game. It's never trash time.
Yeah, it's never trash time in a one-score game, bro.
And no, listen, Michael K, real quick. If you really want to blame somebody, blame the running game because Josh Allen was the leading rusher that game.
You guys should fire your head coach like you did your DC.
And by the way, do you all see what Michael K just did here? Wait a minute. Do you all see what Michael K just did here? He's got us, all TFTG members right now, championing Josh Allen. Sorry.
No,
ain't gonna happen, Michael K.
Right. That was slick.
I didn't do it on purpose.
The only guy who's a bigger crybaby than him is Diggs.
I'll take the credit. I didn't do that on purpose.
That is some clever reverse psychology, Michael K.
That
I'm not
is
gonna lie.
clever. That was remarkable. I don't know if Pete can pull that one off.
I'll take some credit, but I didn't do it on purpose. So that might be your inner feelings coming out.
Michael K's doing to us what the Bills fans are doing to the NFL, trying to get it to bend to their will and have it respected where they're the freaking victims. I'm tired of the victimization, Bills fans.
What Michael K is doing right now is he's petitioning us the idea that Josh Allen sucks.
I just made a statement. I just made a statement. You guys let your true feelings out. You're defending Josh Allen having a decent game.
Listen, all I know is you guys only had 29 rushing yards, man.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, you know what? And we should have had a lot more, but Allen wouldn't run the ball. How many times did you see him throw when he could have got the first down? He could have ran it.
Is the next petition going to say that Allen left his legs in America and never brought them to Europe?
No, believe it or not, I think he left them on the golf course on Saturday afternoon.
I think he left them under his boyfriend Bubba
on the golf course.
Well, I got just the thing for that, Michael.
They don't play golf in London no more.
Hold on a minute. No, they played golf, and where they were staying, they kicked the Jags out of their hotel because they were the home team. They got the option of where to stay.
Oh, my bad. I know they still play golf over there. I thought they played crickets and croquet.
Oh, golf is huge. The British Open.
It was invented in Scotland, Crypto.
the British Open is usually in London or in England. But so he made mention of possibly playing golf, and then 2 reporters from Buffalo Plus actually made the mistake of saying where they stayed had a private golf course. So you mean to tell me that Josh Allen didn't go out and play golf? I'm not saying he did, but he had the opportunity to go out and play golf.
You know what? You're 100% right. Josh Allen doesn't care about his team or his teammates, and that's why Diggs was so mad. On the tablet, he was watching replays of Josh Allen and his swing.
Well, we don't know what he was watching. Hold on. We don't know what he was watching. He didn't aim it at Josh Allen. Josh Allen was 3 or 4 players down. But that's stuff on Diggs wanting to win.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys know you can get tickets for $1 at Southwest now, right?
For what?
At Southwest, you can buy a ticket for $1 on Southwest Airlines.
I won't fly.
Keller's freaking icon is hilarious. Josh Allen is the next film.
It's $1.
Yeah, see, now that's funny. He'll never be as good as Lefty. Now that one's funny. But you got Bills fans making excuses for this clown.
I gotta run, guys. I'll see y'all later.
All right, Cap.
Later, crap.
Oh, this is too fun, man.
But yeah, I won't sit here. You know what? Bills fans are idiots, and I won't buy into what these clowns are going on Twitter and Facebook and everything else saying. Our
You
defense
have a
held.
burner account. You agree with him.
No, I don't. I don't have a burner account. Not on that one. Just like, you know what? Even my burner accounts, I let you guys know who I am.
Well, it's pretty
They
easy
let
to
you
tell.
know. Well, they say
You know, like
they know you
like
are.
Miss Finn's anti-censorship club is probably gives you a good indication it's Michael K.
No, that ain't me. That's not me. That's not me.
No,
That's
you did
a
something
good.
similar. I forget what it was. It was something similar.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. But I'm just, you know what? I changed my names to be funny, not to hide. Although I do have one. I do have a fake name for Stephen D. And I do pose as a Dolphins fan. And I'm not as bad as Scummy, but I'm pretty bad.
And I'm pretty sure.
Scummy is
And
off the chain.
Joe Levesque is not the type of guy that'll just say things off the out of pocket. So I'm pretty sure Joe Levesque went and looked at the recording and has confirmed that I did in fact say Bills fans are petitioning.
Well, you got to go back further because what set me off when you said the Bills, not Bills fans.
All right. Well, okay, but maybe I'm tired and I just left out a
no,
word.
which is fine. But let's get it. The Bills as an organization aren't like that. They take their wins, they take their losses, and they take it humbly. They don't whine and they don't cry.
I tend to agree with you there that if McDermott heard any of his players spouting that nonsense, he'd probably bench him.
Yeah,
absolutely, 100%. 100%. Because McDermott doesn't want that crap on his team. Fuck, where's my charger? That's right. But yeah, McDermott doesn't want that crap on his team. And you don't hear players spouting off. In fact, Taron Johnson did say something about the turf conditions. Didn't say anything bad. I don't think he got fined for it.
Did you see our field Sunday in Hard Rock? I've got a problem with our grounds crew.
See, I heard the field was halfway decent on Sunday.
In Hard Rock?
Yeah.
Go look at the freaking game, bro. It was the first thing I said when the game started, bro. Like, what the hell happened to our grass, man?
Well, that's because that's because Ross
played on it the night before.
Yeah, the monsooners. Wasn't there a monsoon or something?
They've had hurricane games before.
Yeah, but remember, remember when they play those hurricane games on Saturday, it's a 12 o'clock game, so you have more time to adjust the field. But it was a night game.
Right.
Yeah, they
couldn't get any of the grounds crew to work the graveyard shift, is what it was.
See, and that kills me too. That Miami, of all places, doesn't have two stadiums. And they allow college. That's ridiculous.
We're working on it, bro. We're working on it.
Apparently, you never been in Carroll City at nighttime, so I don't think anybody wants to be there.
Not only that, but remember, Michael K, that the stadium that the Hurricanes were playing in has had decades of winning football in it, and the thing was just falling apart, bro. I mean, what can you say, man?
Well, didn't they play at Joe Robbie too?
That stadium is perfection, dude. It was eventually going to come down, man.
Hey,
the Hurricanes play in our stadium, and they were playing in it as early as when it was still called Joe Robbie, I think.
No, they didn't get there till like late 2000s.
Oh, I think it was Landshark Stadium at the time.
It might have already been Pro Player Park at the very least by then.
It was Landshark Stadium.
Right, but I'm saying it was Pro Player Park before it was on any of them.
Because I remember when I used to work at in the grounds crew, FAU used to play there before the Hurricanes. FAU used to be.
Right, and they are in fact working on a new stadium for the Canes right now as we speak.
They should, man, because you know what? At the end of the day, that's a long ass drive from Coral Gables to Carroll City.
They had to get the training facility up to speed first, which, by the way, now rivals most NFL training facilities.
So was Joe Robbie Hard Rock or was it the Orange Bowl?
No, Joe Robbie Stadium was what Hard Rock was originally named.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's the same stadium.
That's the very first name. That's the inaugural name.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought they just changed the Orange Bowl. So they knocked the Orange Bowl down?
Yeah.
Not yet. Well, I don't know. They probably have by now, but they didn't when we moved. It was the Canes were playing there for a little while longer after we left.
Right.
I mean, to me, that makes no sense.
Yeah, well, Joe Robbie was the inaugural name of the stadium.
Yeah, the Orange Bowl is now the Marlins Park.
Oh no shit! That's what
That's the
baseball.
site. That's the site, Shake. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
No kidding. Wow.
Huh? I didn't know that either. See, that's good to know.
Because at Marlins Park, I mean, it's like the building itself is actually fairly small. You wouldn't expect there to be a full baseball stadium in there. Because it is a pretty big stadium on the inside, like as far as baseball fields go. It's not one of the smaller ones, like Cincinnati is really small. Like you can hit like home runs go like out into the Allegheny and or whatever river, Ohio River there. I guess.
Well, it could be the Monongahela, could be the Allegheny, the Ohio, or the Monongahela.
I think it's the Ohio and the Pirates play on the Allegheny.
Well, one of them plays right where the three rivers come together. That's why it's called Three Rivers Stadium, or used to be.
The Pirates. That would be the Pirates.
Yeah, the Pirates
on the Allegheny River, right?
Well, the Steelers and Pirates used to share stadiums.
Right.
Before Heinz Field was finished. Yeah. They let me in after the 7th inning. I was just driving through Pittsburgh at the time, and they said, "Yeah, come on in." We let the fans in after the 7th inning.
Oh, no kidding.
Freaking playing the Minnesota Twins at the time. Yeah.
Well, if you're down at what's the place called? Cardinals Village or whatever it's called, down there by Busch Stadium. You can walk by the stadium like the open end if you're walking towards the arch and like look in and watch the baseball game. It's pretty cool.
My God, first class tickets is almost $1,000 more than the main cabin. So you mean tell me I pay $1,000 extra just to die first? What the hell?
So Michael K., I didn't mean to rain on your parade today or nothing, but
this
whole idea about Buffalo dominating Miami for the last 4 or 5 seasons, there's an indicator now that things might actually have turned, bro, because we have now overtaken the Bills. As it sits now, yes, I know a loss will change everything. I get it. But as it sits now, we're 55% to win this division, and you guys are 43.7%.
Oh, all right. What were you last year at this time?
Probably not that.
Probably the same. If we had the same record.
No, we had
no. It doesn't. This is not subjective. Okay. It's done based on probabilities, statistics, and what's been going on this season. Because the 5-0 Eagles are only projected for 12 wins, 11 or 12 wins, whereas the 5-0 49ers are projected for 13. So it has nothing to do with what your record says right now alone. So last year, even at 3-0, I guarantee you the projections didn't say we were going to win the division over Buffalo.
Right.
No,
well,
we didn't have the actual stats to back it up.
Okay, going back to percentages, what were the percentages that the Dolphins were going to win in Orchard Park last Sunday?
Very small.
That they were going to win.
Well,
so there was no chance.
Like what was it? 71% Bills to win?
No,
or whatever the difference is.
No, wasn't it like 51 to 47?
No, it was 70. Oh, yeah, you're right. For the Bills and Dolphins, yeah, it was 51. Depending on what site you went to, ESPN had it 51 for us, and SI had it 51 for the Bills.
Right.
Again,
so
that just speaks to more of being an aberration, considering Vegas agreed because they just looked at our 3-game average point spread of 2.5 and put it at that.
Right. Well, I'm not gonna make excuses.
Nobody in their right mind predicted a blowout by the Bills, bro. Nobody.
No,
absolutely not. I certainly didn't.
The previous averages between the teams.
Right, and it's on a 3-game
running average. When Houston plays,
well, that's not necessarily true either, Color, because
Houston
look at
always beating the crap out of them.
Well, because the last time we faced you before Mike McDaniel got here, you blew us out, right?
Yeah.
Well, the last time was 11
right.
points.
So that would mean the average would have been higher than 2.6, which was what it was in a 3-game average, and that's what the spread was set at, 2.5, because they're saying, look, since Mike McDaniel's gotten here, this is how the games have gone. with a 2.5 point spread. So they put this spread at 2.5.
See, I don't think it works that way. And I'm gonna
trends.
It does, bro. The same with our record prediction. They put it at a 3-season average.
Okay, how many times have you faced the Giants in the last 3 years? Or let me rephrase that. How many years has it taken you to play the Giants 3 times?
12.
21.
I don't know about that because we just played them in Flores' second year.
Well, it's usually
we cycle through the NFC once every 4 years.
No, we're talking about 3 years in a row. I think we was referring to 3 years in a row in the playoffs.
Well, yeah, without. So if you play
how many years it take us to play them 3 total times? And I said 12 because once every 4 years.
Yeah, it's 12. So they're not going. That spread doesn't count for them 12 years. My math is wrong because they did 7.
Not. No, but when they've got something easy to base it on, they're gonna. Path of least resistance. You think all these odds makers want to sit here and go in the weeds to every single team? No.
Well, believe it or not, the odds makers do it exactly as you're doing by percentages.
Well, I'm just pointing out. Okay, so fine. So it was a coincidence that the spread of our game was exactly what the 3-game average has been. Okay, so that's a coincidence, but it still is what it is, and it was that way for a reason.
Right. So now, going by your theory, and just for shits and giggles, going by your theory, the next time we play in Week 18, you got to take that 28-point margin of victory, the 3-point margin of victory, and the 2-point margin of victory. Get the average of that, and then give Miami their 2.5.
Yeah.
So then you're going to have
right, and that's likely what they'll do, Michael K.
So we'll say it should be +7. It should be +7 for the Bills.
Point spread, right?
Minus the 2.5 we get for being at home. So yeah, it'll be about a 4-point spread for the Bills, I'd say.
See, now I think if we go blow for blow and we have the same, if we go blow for blow and we have the same record, I think the Dolphins will be favored in that game.
Well, that's different. And again, now you're talking about they have something else to go on, and it's a more important game with more eyes on it. So they're going to do a deeper statistical dive on setting that spread. But when they had nothing to go on,
recent games too,
right? When they had nothing to go on this year, other than the last 3 times Mike McDaniel has faced them with this team, they're just going to be lazy and be like, "Yeah, 2.5." You know what I mean?
See, now as far as the Bills go, with Milano being out for the season, that hurts. I'm not using. No, I'm not.
6.5 against the Broncos.
What about
Milano doesn't account for a 4 or 5 point difference.
What about Tre'Davious White? How long is he out for?
Tre'Davious White's out for the year.
Well, he's out for the year. He was out during the second half of that game.
Yeah, Poyer played last week.
Did he? I thought he was out.
Yeah.
Well,
no, he was out.
White wasn't. Didn't what quarter did White get injured? It was like in the second or third quarter, right?
Third quarter, yeah, I think it was third quarter.
Yeah, third, I think.
So they not going to factor him into the odds making in their next matchup as much.
No, but now
you scored another 17 points with him missing.
But what I'm saying, we have 3 main starters out already for the year. Daquan Jones is out for the year. Milano and Trey White. But here's the difference.
Milano maybe, but I don't know if they're going to factor in the second.
You have depth. I knew you were going to say that, bro. If you had depth, then why are you signing a 35-year-old Josh Norman?
Because I'm fucking smoke went down my wrong fucking pipe.
Another thing, you might have depth for 1 or 2 games like everybody else does. Has your depth been tested for 10 games like ours has?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, absolutely. If you look at our snap,
you guys went 10 games with that many people out, bro, with that many important players out.
Well, in the secondary color, they did.
10 games?
From week 3 all the way to like week 16. They went with
we didn't have
1 guy was hurt.
We didn't have White. We didn't have Hyde. We didn't have Miller.
Now, from the game they played us early last year, they was missing a bunch of secondary people, and they carried for a long time.
Yeah, all 4 of them. But now, with that, I think they signed that 35-year-old cornerback to work with that absolute bust of a pick, Kaiir Elam, because he is absolutely horrible. He had 11 tackles in the game because Lawrence threw to him 11 times. And I think there was 11 receptions. I don't think he had any passes defended. I don't think there was any incompletions when they threw to his side of the ball. He was an absolute bust. And had Benford not been injured, Elam wouldn't have even dressed. Because he hasn't played all year. McDermott knows something. It was a complete bust. So I think in the interim, until they figure out what they're going to do, they hired this guy to just put a Band-Aid on it and help Elam with his coverage.
And you're talking about a 35-year-old used Band-Aid, bro. I don't know how much blood that's stopping.
He's a practice squad. You know what? I could be on the practice squad. Number one, nobody's going to pick him up.
Practice. That's just official. Like when they say he signed him to the practice squad, that's like the first entry into the door. I mean, into the building.
Yeah, he won't dress.
Call him up, bro. They're gonna call him up. Come on, man.
Maybe not. You know, how old's Hayden Poyer? They're 31 or 32.
Yes, yeah.
But Norman was already washed at 29.
They're suffering the mid-age crisis in football. 30 is the mid-age crisis in football.
Right. So I mean, I don't know. I think our defense is good enough.
Bro, they brought in Norman because they lost Matt Milano. And you might say, well, that's a different position, Color. That's stupid to say. Nah, they brought in Norman because they lost their enforcer. And you all know that Matt Milano is your enforcer. You just don't want to admit that he's a dirty player. Well, Josh Norman is that guy too.
Milano's not dirty.
Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, isn't this is Josh Norman's second stint with Buffalo?
It is.
Is it?
It is.
I didn't notice that.
I think that's the last team he was with before he quit playing.
Did he play? I don't even think he played. I think he was on the practice squad the whole time.
Yeah,
I don't remember his name. I can't.
I remember they signed him from Carolina Panthers because the only reason I remember Josh Norman was because him and Odell Beckham got into a little tussle.
Right.
Oh yeah, well Carolina, yeah, that's right. That whole little thing with the Carolina, yeah, that's right. He played with the Skins too.
Yeah, he played right. Now he might have finished with the Skins. I might be wrong about where he finished, but yeah, he was with Buffalo. Absolutely.
I'm looking at stats up to see how much he actually played. Oh yeah, there's a picture of him in a Buffalo uniform.
Yeah, I remember him having that stint with the Skins.
But that makes sense because he played with the Panthers, and we take all their riffraff.
Right.
So that's why McDermott brought him in and Bean because they knew he played for the Panthers originally.
And he's also been in your building. He knows where the restroom's at.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That makes you laugh. Because it's true. Because it's
but you
true.
know how it is, Michael. Yeah, you get a new job. The first month is just learning where the freaking water cooler's at. You know what I mean?
You got to follow the crowd, and hopefully somebody's going to the bathroom.
Right. He's already going to have a spot at the cafeteria.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's already got his name on a chair in the cafeteria.
See, but even with Milano going, and it's throwing Dorian Williams to the wolves because he was our third round pick. Yeah, he was our third round pick. And they said they actually all the Bills fans said, he's going to play middle linebacker, and there was no chance because he doesn't have that skill set. But he is going to play outside linebacker. Milano's in his 8th or 9th year. Milano's been around for a while, maybe 8th year. I think his 8th year he's been around. But anyways,
so be honest, Michael K. If the situation were reversed, right? Let's say Jalen Ramsey just got injured. And we're calling up Josh Norman. What would you be saying, bro? Come on, be honest.
Oh, well, it depends how Ramsey was playing. You know, in all honesty, it depends how Ramsey was playing. Well, now, that's position for position, too.
I'm trying to make it equal here. So let's say Ramsey was balling out, you know, like Tre'Davious White, you know what I mean? Or somebody.
As a fan, I would say, what a stupid move. As a fan, I would say, what a stupid move.
Of that team, as an opponent of that team, wouldn't you be making fun of them too?
Yeah, probably. I mean, we made fun when he signed Ramsey. We made, you know what? I made fun when you hired Fangio.
But see, that was just bravado because I don't think Ramsey is even close to washed, bro. Like,
Well,
I think he's just in his groove.
I just know what Josh Allen and Gabe Davis did against him week 1 last year.
Well, of course,
and he didn't look like
Josh Allen, bro.
He didn't look again.
I was telling everybody to keep Cater Kohu's name out of their mouth last week.
Hold on. So you're saying you're doing off of week 1. How many players do you see look their best on week 1?
Well, a few. Josh Allen certainly not.
Uh-huh.
You know, Josh Allen, but our defense showed up on week 1.
Yeah, there's a lot of players.
I got you there, Michael K. But again, I will point out that this is one of the reasons why I was very upset with people shitting on Cater Kohu last week.
Well, come on. Well, you know, I don't know who said it, but some NFL mind said it. A player.
So if Josh Allen beat Jalen Ramsey with Gabe Davis, then why are we so chicken little over Kohu getting beat by Diggs?
Well, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't, and that's what I was going to say. And somebody said that
especially since he's the best tackler on our team.
Somebody said that Diggs was a top 3 route runner in the league, behind Jefferson. Well, Jefferson's number 1, and I don't know who's second and third, but he was a top 3.
Okay, real quick, I just want to clear that up, Michael K. Because it could have been me, but I didn't say.
No.
Real quick. He was the 3rd most productive receiver last year behind Jefferson and Hill.
Oh, yeah. And he always will be. But now here's the question. Well, me personally, I think Diggs is a better route runner than Hill because he doesn't have the speed, but he creates space with his routes versus speed. So I'm going to put Diggs as a better route runner than Hill.
I'm not going to throw Cater Kohu off a cliff because he got burned by the 3rd most productive receiver in the league. How do people think he gets that production?
Exactly, and that's on
17 by playing 17 bad cornerbacks? Of course not.
No, that's on Fangio because he wasn't doubling Diggs. And that's all on Fangio because he wasn't doubling Diggs. But now, what's Fangio going to do? Double Diggs and leave some? Gabe Davis is having a great year this year.
Yeah,
so now you double Diggs.
And we've already sussed that out. My point was only to say that Diggs isn't just making his numbers against bad corners.
No, not at all.
He's a star receiver, and that's the part people forgot. Like, even if he was burning Cater Kohu legitly, what can you say about that, bro? It's Stephon Diggs, man.
No, that's I have no problem with Cater Kohu. Not at all. You look. What did he do this weekend?
We spent an entire week shitting on the man, bro.
Well, you didn't.
No,
and you had every right not to.
Fan base.
I didn't. I gave everybody a 1.88% blame for the loss, all 53 men roster. You take that, divide it into a 53 men into 100, it comes out to 1.88. Everybody gets 1.88 assignment for the loss. There you go.
That's right.
That's simple.
1/22.
Right,
actually, 1/22 of the loss goes to everybody.
Right.
And, and I have not. Everybody's blaming Eichenberg, but if you go back and you watch every single snap, Eichenberg never had a block that he had to worry about pre-snap, because our tackles were
literally blaming him for hurting Teron Armstead's leg. Dude.
Right.
Yeah, how is that even possible? You know what I mean? How is that possible?
He took his helmet off and beat Teron's ankle with it, bro. That's what happened, don't you know?
That's what happened. He took it off. Exactly.
Just like Jesse Davis took off the defender's helmet and beat 2 of his ribs with it.
And then that's a scapegoat. And I got into it, and they're saying, here's the best one. And I was talking to people last night, and I'm not going to put it out here who I was talking to. I'll text you in the text. They said, I cannot believe this. Oh shit, where was I going with it? Because we were talking about that. Oh fuck. Oh. No, I forgot holy shit, senior moment. It'll come back to me. Oh, yeah. So anyways, I was talking to another panel, and they said that Eichenberg wasn't making calls post snap. How is that even possible to make a call post snap? And they equated it to basketball defense. Well, when you're on defense, you're talking to your players, telling you what, go here, go there. Well, once you're engaged, you're not going to leave a block to go block somebody else.
Yeah, what they're confusing is when it comes to our scheme and running a West Coast system, the center is very important in the respect that even after post snap, he does have to point out like direct blockers to certain blocks, but that's done by pointing, not by tapping them on the shoulder saying, "Hey, go grab that guy," or they pointing it as they're running. But it only happens like when the center is pulling and the line is shifting one way, and they're coming out to the edge and creating that zone block. The center will be pointing to different linebackers. That's the key.
That's it. And that's only
that's
only after first few seconds before the ball is snapped,
Well, my argument was how many defensive snaps or offensive snaps?
I'm talking about during the play, and some of this option stuff and some of this misdirection stuff and pulling and all that. The center will have to kick out, and as they're going down the line and heading towards the outside, during the play, the center has to point out the key blocks.
Right, and there's a good chance that you wouldn't be able to hear what he was saying anyways, as loud as that stadium was.
But that's not every play. That's only on those outside zone runs like that and counter traps.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, but now I took it one step further because they're bitching that Eichenberg couldn't call the plays because he wasn't looking at the defense. Well, if you go back and look at the All-22, the Bills' defense set up almost identical every single play. So what is there to call?
Mm-hmm.
You guys call your offensive play. Eichenberg goes to the line and sees our defense lining up exactly where they lined up 15 plays previously. He can't call nothing different. It's what the offense called, and you got to go with that. So they're blaming him for not calling the right offensive blocking scheme.
They're confusing what the center is supposed to call out. They're completely off base because if that was the case, the center would have the earpiece in his helmet, not the quarterback.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. Right, Color. The center would have the earpiece talking to the coaches upstairs, right? Or Mike McDaniel.
Right. I'm not saying that a center doesn't point shit out sometimes. That's not what I'm saying. But they're acting like he was the quarterback.
Right. And technically he is the quarterback of the offensive line, but that's all done pre-snap.
And that's not done on pass protection. Pass protection is pretty simple. Unless you're running some kind of screen or something that requires special zone blocking, pass protection is pretty simple. There's nothing to call out.
Right.
You just block the guy in front of you.
Pretty much, or block the guy that's rushing towards you.
But they were doing everything they could to blame Eichenberg for an offensive line that was just overpowered, both physically and scheme-wise, against the Dolphins line. And that they were trying to make excuses on why the line didn't do so well.
Okay, I'll give you the out effort, the out physicaling. I'll give you that because I know that it's only an aberration. In other words, I'm not saying you guys can't out physical us, but you can't say we can't out physical you in the trenches either, because the last game Tua played against you guys, we were absolutely owning you guys that night in the trenches.
Oh, absolutely.
So it goes
100%.
both ways. I'm just saying these teams this is the reason, back to your earlier point, that the analytics and the probabilities showed 51-49 flipped on a different site, because we are that evenly matched now, bro.
See, now I think this year,
we have our weaknesses. We have our weaknesses that you guys know how to exploit. You all have your weaknesses we know, and they're different weaknesses because we're different teams, but we are evenly matched as an overall powerhouse in the macro. It just depends on who the frick shows up. And so far, when both teams show up, we're 1-2 against you guys.
See, now this year, though, I don't think
we showed up this last week, bro, to be honest with you.
See, I think this year, I think the offensive, defensive line, I think we have the edge.
I don't even think we near showed up last week. And you guys, not only did you show up, but you were playing with the intensity of a team that knew they would be down 2 games if they lost that game. And now they'd be down 3 games.
Oh, absolutely. I think, regardless of what happened,
intensity, Michael K, and we didn't. And that causes an embarrassment in the NFL every single time. Coupled with the fact that it's in your house, coupled with the fact that whatever else we had injured guys on defense, you add all that together, and last week don't seem so freaking ridiculous anymore.
Yes, no.
Especially given the effort level that you showed yesterday against the Jags.
Well, that was pitiful. That was absolutely pitiful.
I believe you guys spent your wad on us, bro. Not season long, no, but the wad you had built up right now got spent on us. You need to build back up your wad.
Well, luckily we have the Giants this week, and I think is it the Bengals the following week?
Yeah, but here's the thing about the Giants, bro. They're still an NFL team, man. And they're saying yes, Daniel Jones should play this week. They're already calling it, right? But
yeah, it was just a neck stinger.
They'd be better off with Tyrod Taylor.
If they go with Tyrod Taylor on y'all's asses, bro, I'm
Daniel
sorry.
Jones
He can always have a freaking sneaky good game and take anybody out, bro.
I'll be honest, if they start Daniel Jones,
you all know that better than anybody because you had him on your team.
I never liked Tyrod.
Ass when he was on your team.
I personally never liked Tyrod Taylor. I don't like running quarterbacks.
I'm pointing out that he gave us mega troubles when he was on your team, bro. You know, he's not a dumb quarterback. He's athletically gifted. Yes, he's old, and it showed. Against us, you know.
He actually had some successes moving the ball.
Exactly, that's the thing. Did you notice the difference between him and Daniel Jones as far as what Crypto just said, the ability of their offense to move down the field?
Oh yeah, they can move the ball. They can move the ball.
And here's the thing, Michael K, if you want to talk about the abstract, subjective stuff, if they play Tyrod Taylor, bro, that's a Tyrod Taylor plus Brian Daboll revenge game, man. You guys better watch out next week. That's all I'm saying. I'm not picking you to lose, but damn, bro, I would be much less worried as a Dolphins fan playing them than you guys. I'm just saying, man. I'd be actually a little butterflies myself if I was a Buffalo fan.
Well, I also think it's going to go
simply because your division opponent already beat them. Same with the Broncos. You guys still have to play the Broncos too, man, and they can easily get up for any game, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
After that debacle in Miami, they've actually been playing decent ball, even though they got 1 win and 1 loss. But it's like they're not getting blown out. They're not, they're putting points up. Minus yesterday.
Yeah, the Jets showed them, put them back down in their place, who they really are.
But they got right out of the gate and scored a couple times against the Jets before it went downhill.
Sean Payton will whip them into shape. But Russell Wilson's also a prima donna.
Pure pride too, bro. Pure pride, man. When you get bounced by 50 points, bro, that's like,
Well, that's why I think the Bills are going to
beat anybody in this division.
I don't think so either, Crypto. I'm just saying, given that we've already done the work, given that we've already done the work and we've already done our job, I would hate to be a Bills fan facing the teams that we have beat already. Because it's like, damn, just like us, anybody can beat anybody any given Sunday, right? Anybody can have a trap game. Anybody can be bad, blah, 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 right? Well, so can the freaking Giants and Bills. It could go that way. All I know is the Dolphins already took care of those 2 teams' business. The Bills haven't. So I would not want to be a Bills fan facing either of those two teams right now.
See, now I think the Bills are going to be up. The Bills will be up for Sunday because it is Dable, and they're gonna make a statement. You know, and especially Ken Dorsey, because Dorsey's sitting in the seat that Dable was. You know, and we don't have any injuries.
See, you got to be careful with that though, because even if they want to make a statement, that doesn't mean they have the ability to.
No, we just got to stop Thibodeau.
You know,
Thibodeau's the only threat on that team.
Well, we did all right to stop them with our O-line, so I think y'all will be all right there.
And I don't believe the Bills have any offensive players hurt. I think everything was on
the
defense.
offense should be to move the ball on them.
You know, that is if Josh Allen doesn't go golf this week, which it's pretty shitty weather today.
The fact of it is, whether you lost defensive players or not, the Giants still cannot score more than 10 points a game, so it don't really matter. You know?
Right. Your threshold is 11, basically. You score 11, you're done. Hell, I would even say this week, if you kick a field goal, that's the game-winning score.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even see what the spread is against the Giants.
Look, if you guys move, let's say the game opens up, you guys get the ball, or they get the ball first, they don't score. You guys get the ball and march right down the field to the 5-yard line, shoot yourselves in the foot, kick a field goal, 3-0. You guys could already pack it in and start throttling that team, bro.
Right. That would be pretty much in the refrigerator at that point.
I mean, if you marched right down the field on your first drive after them not scoring their first drive, even if you only kicked a field goal there, it's over, bro. It's like, you know, they're not going to do nothing against you guys.
Well, hopefully Rousseau's back. That was a big loss.
We've got the 28th ranked defense in the league in efficiencies, dude.
Right.
And so they
put it upside down.
A field goal away from sealing this victory, like okay.
They couldn't put more than 9 on us, dude. So I really don't even see how they're going to score on y'all, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Rousseau was out with a foot injury. But Epinesa will probably get Defensive Player of the Week.
Probably will, given that they got a freaking practice squad center playing for them now.
Well, he was going against their left tackle, and he had 2 sacks, 4 tackles, and 3 deflections.
See,
he went out of his mind.
I'm not a Bills fan, so I can sit here and go overboard with it and be like, yeah, y'all are gonna. You could just throw out your 3rd string team out there. Y'all will win. Yeah, go ahead, do that.
Well, hopefully we can do that by halftime, because the injuries are just decimating us. You know,
like I said, it depends on how you do it. But if you marched right down the field on your first drive and even scored 3, that's enough to signal that you guys got the game, bro.
Yeah, hopefully. You could just see how much resistance there is in stopping.
Right. Now, if they come out, they win the toss, and they come out and march right down the field and score a touchdown, you might want to start to worry a little bit. You might know about that game.
The Commanders like game.
You know what, now, because you know what, the Raiders came right out, and the Bills were flat-footed. Raiders came right out and scored within like 4 minutes.
True.
And then it was all,
yeah, but they got a seasoned quarterback and a star wide receiver and running backs and a good offensive coordinator, or play caller.
Yeah,
so
they got some
I would expect that,
pedigree there. The Giants have no offensive pedigree.
Right.
Like
so
if
the Giants came out and did that, they would be signaling to you guys that we got something fixed.
Now, do you play the Raiders this year?
Yeah.
In
if
October,
you did, we do.
Later this month, I think.
Yeah, we both played the entire West.
Yeah, we play the same.
So
first place teams.
Here's the other thing, Michael K.
Non-conference.
Our version of the Jags game, because we didn't play the South this year. We're all playing the South for one game, and you guys got the first place team, the Jags. We are going to be playing the Titans for that game instead of the Jags.
Right, because of the Titans are second place.
And we've got the guy that made Derrick Henry start to question his career, bro, Deshaun Elliott.
Oh, we don't have the Bengals for 4 more weeks. See, now that's going to be a problem.
Right, and instead of the Bengals...
weeks?
Yeah, 4 more weeks.
The Bengals will be getting heated up at that point.
Right.
They already started.
Instead of the Bengals, who do we play?
Burrow be healthy. So yeah, so that's a problem. Yeah.
Who do we play instead of the Bengals?
Hold on, let me bring it up.
Hey, by the way, Cutter, I'm doing a Zoom meeting right now, but so I'm gonna be in the background.
Alrighty,
yeah, the Ravens is in that spot.
If you need me to stop the show, let me know.
Sure thing, man. I thought we were spared of the Ravens this year finally, but I guess not.
No, we do. We play. I'm going to that game. It's New Year's Eve.
Oh.
So the Ravens, yeah, because the Ravens, because they finished second in the division,
place, right?
Yeah.
Which that shouldn't be a problem either, because Lamar Jackson absolutely sucks.
The Steelers made it to the playoffs. That would have been the Steelers this year, but yeah, we got the Ravens.
I can't get
that lucky draw. Second place team.
Yeah, I don't think the Ravens are all that good. Lamar sucks. You know, and it's funny because I like that idiot Josh Allen, the next Carson Wentz. They're sitting there saying Lamar Jackson's going to get benched. They ain't benching a $50 million quarterback.
Right.
No.
You know, he's a moron.
They'll trade him before they do that.
It's a 17-game season. Nobody's trading no star quarterbacks.
And they're not benching him. He's just an idiot.
Yeah,
the good thing about Lamar Jackson is
his job.
I don't think just because he's playing bad that he's bad. I haven't changed my perspective on Lamar Jackson and his abilities. So the good thing about it being Lamar Jackson with that contract is you likely could get out of that deal by trading him to somebody. There's likely another team that would take on that contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're not going nowhere. They're still tied for first place.
It's not like you overpaid for Daniel Jones and now you're stuck with the guy because who's going to pay him $40 million? You know.
But even so, Lamar's an efficient passer. He just doesn't pass for yardage.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's streaky when it comes to that. I'll give you that. But these people that want to still say he's not a great passer, dude, are just dumb. Bro, look at a couple. Look, there's one in particular. First week, I believe it was, one of the touchdowns he threw to his receiver is just like immaculate, bro. I mean, come on, man. The guy can throw the ball. I wish people would stop saying that.
Yeah, they making him look like he's Cleo Lemon or somebody. I mean, he's not Cleo Lemon.
I mean, he made a touchdown throw in the first week of the season that very few quarterbacks have ever made that type of throw, bro. Let's be real. You know, like Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino, Tua level type throw. You know what I mean? And notice I added Tua because Tua, regardless of whether it's flash, regardless of whether he can be consistent or not, he actually can throw the ball in some, has shown some throws that are like historically great throws, in my opinion.
Right.
Well, I'm not.
It might be the only ones he ever gets, but he's done it, and that's what I was trying to say to Carson Wentz the other night, Mike. Is that I'm not trying to say one is better than the other. I'm trying to say there has got to be one throw Tua can make with his physique that Josh Allen can't make.
Oh, I'm sure there
is. It probably is the reciprocal too. There's probably a throw Allen can make to a camp. Obviously, he's got a stronger arm. We know that. Well, that's just simply pointing out that there are throws Tua has made that Josh Allen could never even sniff making.
Well, the people I was talking to last night.
Throwing shade on Josh Allen. See, that's the problem with the argument is that a person immediately assumes I'm throwing shade on Josh Allen, and I'm not. I'm just saying. Humans are different than each other, and there are things I can do that you can't.
You're never going to get a third down punt out of Tua, especially a 70-yarder. You'll never get that out of Tua.
Well, we got that. Right. We did get one of those this year. Not a 70-yard punt, but
right, but the 70-yard.
We did get the punt throw.
Right, and I was
earlier. You could read Tyreek's lips on the sideline. He literally said it was a punt on the sideline. He's like, no big deal, it's a punt.
Oh, and that was my argument because everybody's like, "Oh, it was a 70-yard punt." Well, it was third. It was like 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8. Right. Why not go for the first down instead of going for a 50-50 ball 70 yards down the field?
Right, and besides that, that's something you do on 3rd and 1 because guess what? The corner will never expect it, and the receiver would have been alone.
Exactly.
Right there.
Exactly. But You got these people saying,
Aaron Rodgers
Mark,
made a living off that early in his career.
I don't like bringing people up, and they might be in the room. I can't see the chat, but that Josh Allen is the next Carson Wentz, and Mark, they're all clamoring about how great Kincaid's going to be this year.
Yeah,
he's got 17 catches on 19 targets for like 89 yards, maybe 75 yards. The Bills aren't using him.
Amicus is claiming it was 3rd and 16.
Oh, is he in the chat? I think it was 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8. But regardless, why not throw a 20-yard pass? The probability's higher of getting a first down.
Well, considering he threw 8 of them to, or 4 of them to, or 8 of them to Gabe Davis in a playoff game, 4 of them for touchdowns.
Well, Gabe Davis was wide open. That was a no-brainer. You know, those passes that Gabe Davis against
yeah, I just meant
the
to say
Chiefs, he was wide open.
I just meant to say with 201 yards on 8 receptions, that's literally 25 yards of reception, right? Or 20 yards of reception, right? 25?
Yeah,
25.
Yeah,
25.
You know, so he can throw that 25-yard rope instead of throwing the bomb, to your point. And by the way, Tua completes 3rd and 16s all the time. Yeah, noodle arm.
What's his 3rd down efficiency?
Matter of fact, we were actually more impressed last year with the fact that Tua converted more 3rd and 15s than he did 3rd and 4s.
Yeah, and that wasn't even in last game.
I'm talking about last season. Like everything we were converting was 3rd and 16. We couldn't convert a 3rd and 4 to save our ass.
Yeah. So back up against the wall.
So it ain't a matter of arm strength in that case as far as converting a 3rd and 16. There really ain't no reason to throw that bomb into coverage. I mean, you had to have an up man as a relief, like Gabe Davis or somebody on it at the 20-yard range. And by the way, who was it that ran that flea flicker? 49ers last night or the other night to Kittle. What a brilliant freaking play design, man. You're taking a traditional flea flicker and you're saying, I'm putting a tight end on the fly route instead of a wide receiver. Okay, so what does that corner say? Oh, they're obviously trying to fool me and just going to go with the up man and use this tight end as a blocker. But no, Kittle runs the fly route, dude, and catches the touchdown, man. And you don't have to go to the up man. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, dude. That's like, what a brilliant freaking design. So simple adjustment just to have a tight end that has enough speed to run that 9 route instead of your traditional wide receiver with a running back at 15 yards. You know what I mean?
I want to give a shout out to Rob from Dolphins Thirsty.
Oh yeah.
You guys go over there and subscribe to his channel.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm still trying to get with Thirsty to do some collaboration, you know, either on his channel or mine or both. We just haven't, like, you know, I got so much on my plate. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but look out for that. You know, I certainly want to do some collab with Thirsty. He's a good dude. Yeah. And he has his time slots too are like perfect actually. Like, you know, there's a lot of like, you know, his time slots fall when there's some downtime. So if you know, and that's because people just don't know about it yet. That's why we're here to tell you. So yeah, hit him up, man. Go over to Dolphins Thirsty. He works with the Fins Talk Sports Network guys. Is that who he works with, or the Dolphins Talk Fins Talk Sports Net guys? Yeah, they kind of collab all the time too, but and do simulcasts.
Right.
But he usually goes on after Miss Fins.
Right.
So I slide over from the tailgate the tailgate to Miss Fins or Dolphins Thirsty, and then I get the rest of my day going.
He's also usually chopping it up on Saturdays at like 10 or something, and then like Sunday morning, I think, or not, maybe not morning, but before, you know, like not early morning, but like 10 or 11 or something. I think he does a little pregame for the Dolphins game too. And there's nobody going at that time right now. You know what I mean? Like nobody does that 10 o'clock pregame spot.
Right.
And he appreciates a good troll too.
Right, right. And as far as Saturdays around the 9 or 10 mark, that that was on the Finn side spot for a long time with
On
Brian
the Finn
Cat
side.
and Paul, but they stopped doing it, so that's been empty for a long time. And I always enjoyed Saturday mornings, 10 o'clock with Paul and Brian Cat. That's actually the first channel I ever came across on YouTube for Dolphin Talk. I was just rocking with them for like a year.
Paul and
Didn't
Cat.
even know about anybody else.
Now, the Panthers. Let's get to the Panthers game. How is their defense? I haven't followed them at all.
Nah.
I haven't done any. I have no intelligence on the Panthers right now, to be honest with you.
I know they haven't won yet.
Other than they haven't won a game yet, that's still the
they haven't won yet. I know that much.
I think they're the only team left without a win.
I mean, it seems like some of these teams with these new quarterbacks are like, it wasn't enough to tank. Now we got to do the double tank so we can get some weapons for our new quarterback too. You know what I mean? It's like, God, really?
You do it back-to-back years. But the thing is, I think Stroud is doing okay for himself now.
Mm-hmm.
And what's his name? Richardson just keeps getting hurt.
And they got in Carolina, they got that really, really short dude, right? Bryce Young or somebody.
Yeah. He's going through, he's taking his lumps. But you get it out this first year, better take your lumps now instead of getting benched and then come in and get your lumps.
Right there. That's a case of seasoned veteran from Alabama is going to welcome new Alabama quarterback into the league. You know what I mean? Didn't Bryce Young play at Alabama?
Right. Yeah, he played there.
Right. So that's going to be like, nah, me first, buddy. I'm Tua. You know what I mean? I'm the Alabama quarterback around here. You got another year or two to go, short guy. Who's even shorter than me. I think Bryce is even shorter than Kyler, isn't he?
I think they similar height.
Right, about the same. See,
the Panthers are 0-4.
I don't want to take away from them guys because what they do to
I'm sorry, 0-5.
Play in the NFL with their height and all that, dude. That kudos to them. The problem is you're still a human being and you still have a finite amount of calories and energy left. And when you're having to double your leg stride compared to another guy to get the same speed, isn't that going to cut your career exactly in half compared to those other guys? Like, you know what I mean? You're just going to run out of gas doing that every single week.
I don't think not necessarily.
I'm not saying he don't have the ability, even with a double step, to be faster than everybody else. But geez, how long can you hold that up? You know what I mean? As Kyler gets to be 29, 30 years old,
you get protected and weapons around you, they can do.
But then that's where his height comes in. He's not going to be able to just stand in the pocket and do all that.
No, you don't have to. He could probably he could move around. He could be mobile. He could move the pocket around.
I don't know. But that Kyler is just, to me, that's the limit, bro. Like Tua, Breeze, those guys. Yeah, you're short, but Kyler to me is just too short, bro. Like seriously, like around 30 years old, he's gonna wish he had longer legs. That's all I'm saying.
Is he even playing?
No, he's out right now.
No, he's
I don't think it's even injury related.
No, it's Dobbs. He's still recovering from his injury.
Shout out to Fins Up. Fins Up, still keeping the lights on around here. Says for 5 New Zealand dollars, which are a tad different, but they still call them dollars. Well, I'm from New Zealand. Panthers are worse than Giants. Tua slice and dice these guys. Yeah, that's likely. I look for our front end offense to be back on track this week myself. I look for the passing game to get back on track and start lighting these teams up again. We kind of struggled on our front end against the Giants. And of course, a chant, gotta love him, made up for that. And we were still able to put 31 on the board. So again, it's good. Like we live and die by our defense right now, to be honest with you.
Oh,
Because
defense has to be a concern.
When our defense is getting owned, now, Michael K., here's what I'm saying. When our defense is getting owned, it does affect our offense's production, bro, whether it should or not. You know what I mean? And it looks like we lost Michael, but either case, Crypto, you know what I'm saying, bro? It's like, I don't think if our defense played a little better with more effort last week, we likely still lose, but I guarantee you that it's going to be more like 38-30 and not 48-20. Because I really think I'm a firm believer that it goes hand in hand. Even when you're talking about, our offense did struggle against the Bills. We turned the ball over. I get that. But I still think we score more than 20 points if our defense shows up.
Well, you would have had more chances at scoring if the defense showed up.
Well,
you would have had more time with the ball.
Yeah, well, that's a given, and we would have also. You would have had less time with the ball, which means that it wouldn't have likely been 48 points against our defense.
Right.
So.
Well, wasn't the time close? Wasn't it right around 30 minutes each?
It probably was, but you got to realize, Michael K., that we don't need a lot of time.
Well, that's all. You weren't scoring. You weren't scoring in 2 minutes.
The Giants actually had a considerable amount of more possession time than we did Sunday.
Yeah, but
I know it sounds crazy, but it's true.
In the matchup, it was in the Bills matchup. It was pretty much even. It was like maybe only a few seconds difference in time of possession. It was almost dead even across down the middle. So we had opportunities to put up more than 20 points. We had
absolutely. I'm not absolving our offense of that responsibility. I'm just saying that, like, there again, if defense shows up, maybe we get a turnover and give our offense a short field for a series where they can add another touchdown. You know what I mean? Or maybe we get one more 3 and out really quickly.
Or if our defense played exactly the way we played the playoff game, get 7 sacks and freaking however many freaking turnovers, 3, I guess we had in that game.
Right.
Oh, looks like A-Chain's missing a few weeks.
One more chest.
A few now, huh? See,
what do you mean
it's already evolving.
Where do you get this information from, Michael K?
It's okay.
Oh crap! You just put it in the chat.
It's okay.
Oh.
It's okay.
No, that's fine. Mostert should be able to handle it as long as he don't put the ball on the carpet. We'd be fine.
Yeah, you probably don't want to use the word handle and Mostert in the same sentence.
We are getting Wilson back this week. Thank you again, Fins Up, for another 5 New Zealander dollars. Tua had handshake with Russell Wilson, and he was taller. I'm not saying Tua is tall and big, but he is bigger than Breeze and not small. I'm not even.
Breeze was still 6 foot.
Thank you.
He was 6 feet. Doug Flutie was 5'9".
Doug Flutie was your limit, bro. Like, seriously. And I think Kyler is shorter than Doug Flutie.
Is he? I don't know if he's that short.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Well, you never know because they're not going to list. They're not going to list Kyler Murray. I bet you they don't list Kyler Murray under 6 feet, but there's no way he's 6 foot tall, bro. I'm 6 foot tall. You've met me in person. I'm 6 foot tall, even.
Hold on, let me look him up.
Right. Well, Kyler is your height then, a little shorter than you.
Right, which would put him about 5'10", 5'9".
They have him listed at 5'10".
Okay. Right, that sounds about right. Doug Flutie.
So he's probably 5'9".
Doug Flutie was probably That was
Here's
probably
the
in
thing, though.
cleats when he was 5'9".
I'm only 5'11", 6 foot. Like I'm 6 foot, but my license lists me as 5'11", right? And you can, and the thing of it is, though, most of it's in my legs. So if Kyler and I were both physically built the same, like if I was cut, if I was built and strong, you know, like athletic, like I'm athletic, but I'm just not built anymore, right? If I was built, I would still have a longer leg stride than him, even at close to the same height. I would be covering more ground than he could with less energy. That's my point. Is like, how long does that energy last, dude? I mean, I get short of breath walking up the stairs, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, granted, I do things that don't make me healthy, but he has to double his leg step to get the same ground covered as anybody else in the league. And that's gotta, like, eventually, like, he's not inhuman. He's the same human as everybody else. So obviously he's going to have a finite amount of energy for that over a lifetime. And you would think that that's half as much as it would be for a guy with longer legs. It's like a rat and a mouse. That's why the back wheels on a drag car are so tall. Fins up for another 2 New Zealand dollars. I'll be honest, Tua not spinning it like Breeze. I don't know. I might take Tua over Breeze right now. I mean, hindsight is 2020. Just because Breeze had all that production doesn't mean that you can't compare the two. And let's face it, Breeze did what he did and looked good a lot against bad teams too. Can't tell me he didn't, because he played an entire career, which means at some point he had to have good games against bad teams. Nobody was sitting there chomping at his heels going, Breeze, that was a nobody team. Why did they do it to Tua? I mean, I could be argue that I've been guilty of that too, but there's context, you know. I still look at, like, look, I'll give Tua more credit for what he did against the Giants than I would against the Chargers, even though he put up 466 on the Chargers.
How many times did he throw the ball in that game?
Oh, I don't even know.
Yesterday?
Yeah, I think he had over 40 attempts.
He had over 40, I think, like 42 or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, the ratio is still the same. It's about being efficient.
Right.
Well, as
far as the yardage goes, what he's saying is more attempts, more yardage, which makes sense. You know,
especially when he got Hill.
He's not getting 25-yard clips like Allen was getting to Gabe Davis that night.
See, what surprised me is the Dolphins only have like 640 yards after catch, according to last night when I looked it up.
Yeah, we're doing it both ways, bro. I looked at it. It's like an even distribution between, air yards and yards after catch when it comes to the numbers we're putting up, bro. I was a little comforted to see that it's balanced, that it's not just yak and and all that.
Which I was surprised. I was surprised at that, just for the fact that I thought that the yards after catch would be a lot more than what it actually was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it looks like that on the field. Well, what's happening, Michael, is he's throwing 15-yard, 20-yard strikes, and they're still taking it another 20 yards. You see what I'm saying? That's what's happening.
Right. Well, that's where the speed makes a difference.
Right. Well, that's our key, is you get any of our guys in open space with the ball and it's over with, bro. That's the tricky part. That's what defenses have to do to stop us. And some defenses have had success making sure we don't get those guys in open field with the ball. Fins up again with another 5 New Zealander dollars. Nah, Breeze was more accurate and threw the ball better.
He must have sold a couple of goats.
I mean, I think a lot still remains to be seen, but for right now, yeah, I would agree with Fins up. with Winsey because there's still a lot more time to be played for Tua, so that still remains to be seen. But I think Breeze was just a benefit of really good organizational team at the time and all that, and constant great talent around him. I mean, not taking anything away from him, but when I used to come across their games and watch him, I could see how like I would be like aggravated and frustrated all the time if I was a Saints fan. You know what I mean? Like, but then he comes out with the win, or makes some great play or some great drive and takes a win, So but I would have, if I was a Saints fan, I'd have been frustrated all them years.
Now, as good as Phillip Rivers was, do you think the Chargers are second guessing letting Breeze go instead of Rivers?
No, because I think Rivers is the kind of guy. I'm not going to compare him skill wise. I'm not going to say he's like Dan Marino, but I'm saying that he's like Marino in the respect that he was definitely upper echelon and definitely good enough to have won a Super Bowl. And the Chargers are just a crap organization, dude. It is what it is. Now, I would say that Phillip Rivers, as he got older, started to rely a little too heavy on his sidearm throw for the strength, which ended up a lot of times being his undoing when you're talking about critical drives that get stopped.
Well, when you got 9 kids, you don't get much sleep when you're at home.
But I would have, back then, I would have easily taken Phillip Rivers compared to the trash we rolled through here at quarterback for all those years. I was always jealous that we couldn't get a guy like Phillip Rivers. I mean, he was good enough.
Well, and that's the whole thing. Now you look at Brock Purdy. Is Brock Purdy good, or is he? Is he putting? I think he's good.
I think it's a little of both.
He's got a large enough sample size now. He's already got records that's close to Marino's now as far as
and
wins
like
in a row
clockwork
and things like that.
And like clockwork, has started the season 5-0 and picked right up where he left off. So I mean, it's got to be a little of both, Mike. At this point,
he's undefeated in regular season games.
Yes, he's got the longest.
When he's fully healthy and started a game, yes, they've won every time. He either really gets what Shanahan's trying to do, or which could be part of it, but that's also a skill for a quarterback.
He's a perfect quarterback for their system now too. Like we say, Tua is for ours. We have to start admitting that he's the perfect system for their quarterback. I mean, quarterback for their system.
Right, and that is something we can say. That doesn't mean he couldn't learn a new one and be just as good. We wouldn't know that until 49ers ever get rid of him.
Right, and they're probably going to get close to now starting making them an offer after next year.
Yep, but it is obvious he gets what Shanahan's trying to do. If it is Shanahan, then he obviously is getting what he's trying to do.
Well, is he in his second? Is he in his second or third year?
He's in his second year, so after next year they'll be able
it will be after next year because he was a 7th round pick, obviously.
Yep.
Right. This is sophomore year. He's avoiding the sophomore slump. I tell you that much.
I mean, their defense
I think Roethlisberger's got the record for the most wins in a row as a starting quarterback. There's Roethlisberger, Marino, and then Purdy now.
What's the number?
15. 15 in a row is the record.
Yeah, you're spot on, Trucker Sean. They do have a really good defense. That does help.
49ers.
Yeah,
49ers always had a defense.
The Steelers had a good defense too, but you can't say that Marino had a good defense when he had that record. So
that's true.
It is what it is. So,
but I mean, if we're going to talk about Phillip Rivers, just because he didn't ever get a ring, I mean, he's still better than like Roethlisberger. I always thought like throwing the ball anyway, not being a quarterback per se. Because Roethlisberger is like Dan Marino. He's like a big dude.
Quarterback.
He can sit there He could have 5 guys draped on him and still throw the ball.
And still be able to get the pass off with decent enough accuracy too. But yeah, they go to the 49ers defense, but they fail to realize that passing metrics Purdy's actually hitting passing metrics just as well as their running game defense is. So it goes a lot into team wins,
Right. So I think, hey, we just got. I never dropped the link. We only gave it to you, Michael K. And I don't want to devolve this into a 3-hour long panel, but I do want to give everybody a chance to chop it up. We got a bunch of people watching, almost 50 of you, everybody talking in chat. So I'm probably going to wrap it up here, finish out top of the tailgate officially, and fire it up here, give myself a little break, and maybe start up a coffee and a cup of color show and open a little panel for people to talk about all the stuff we've been chopping it up about. I'm sure they all want to come at you, Michael K.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, I got a little bit of work. I got a little bit of work to finish up here, and I should be up. I don't know.
Yeah, I got morning duties to take care of. I'll probably be firing up a show around 1 o'clock. I really want to do a dive into these deeper into these projections, show you where we are for other things like chance to make the conference round, chance to make the Super Bowl, chance to win the Super Bowl, projected records, and I want to go over a couple of the other teams. Our biggest rival, obviously included, Buffalo Bills, and where they stand in the projections, but also where you look at other teams like Kansas City Chiefs, and then even teams like the Philadelphia Eagles, who, believe it or not, are much lower in the projections than Buffalo or Miami, even though they're 5-0, whereas the 49ers are 5-0, and they're atop everybody in the projections.
But you got to remember, they're looking at the remaining strength of schedule too.
Right,
the 49ers
and they're also looking at
than the Eagles.
They're also looking at what's been put down. So
yeah, that
it's
too.
Almost
but you
as
have to
if
look
it's
going
almost
forward
as if
who
the
your opponents are.
algorithm. It's almost as if the algorithm is telling us the Eagles are the pretenders. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Well, let me ask you this. And I want your honest
opinion.
opinion.
Got a tougher schedule than the 49ers. That's what the remaining schedule.
Yeah, but if that tough schedule stops them from getting to the playoffs or whatever, or deep in the playoffs, then it is what it is.
Well, let me ask you this. I don't think you ever touched on it. Going back to the Bills-Dolphins game, does it concern you that the Dolphins didn't bring it? Knowing the distance they could have put between them and Buffalo, does it concern you that they did not show up for that game?
Not really, because that could have come down from the top. And while I disagree with that type of decision, I'm not in the building to know why we would have let off the gas. There could be health concerns that we don't know about. There could be, plans. Their master plan is just different than what's in my head. I don't know. If it's just the players not putting out, then yeah, it would be a little concerning. Like I understand it's always the players in general, and I'm not saying a coach would ever tell the team, take today off. But if the mood in the building is as such, you see what I'm saying? And nobody's hyping up what there was to gain, then that could effectively be sending the same message, take the day off. It's not going to kill us if we lose.
Well, that's that's the whole thing. Why would they?
I would.
Why wouldn't you be up for that game?
I don't play those games. If I was a coach, I wouldn't play those games. You get your work done. You get your work done, and you're locked into the number 2 seed by week 13, and you don't look back. That's when you start taking it up, and whatever else. But against the Giants, where it was evident right out the gate that they were not going to do anything against our defense, yeah, I don't mind throttling a team like that and only putting up 31 points and making it look a little worse than it should have looked. I mean, look at the fact of it is the percentage of motion ran last week against the Giants.
was much lower than it's been all season. We were literally, I wouldn't say we were running vanilla stuff because that's not what we were doing. I believe we were trying to install new stuff in live action that later
No, we
down the
don't have
road
time
in the
for that.
season might become part of our playbook as depth. And
Well, you got to look.
Let's face it, the Giants secondary wasn't fooled, by whatever we were doing. That doesn't mean we didn't have the ability to fool them. They just weren't fooled by what we were doing.
Which once the game was decisively out of hand, I could see them trying to run new stuff. But the first couple of drives,
when you're talking about, it was clear, Michael K, at 7-0 that we were going to win that game, bro. Clear to me. I'd start doing we already saw Chris Brooks come out in the second quarter, bro. We were already throttling them.
Right. So they backed up, and that's exactly what I'm saying. You were throttling them, so they backed off, and they were trying to implement different things.
Right.
In live action.
Possibly, because where else are you going to do it in the season?
Although, when did A-Chain hurt his knee?
Fourth quarter.
Oh, it was okay.
I remember the play. It was late.
Okay, so they brought Brooks in before A-Chain got hurt.
Yeah, Brooks was in like the second quarter, early, as a blocking fullback. That means Ingold was riding the pine.
Here we got another guy in chat claiming that Liam Eichenberg was the problem. We don't understand.
Oh, well, they're always gonna because he did.
Eichenberg is the problem now. He's the quarterback.
You know what I mean, Mike? I understand where you're coming from, Michael K. But Eichenberg did it to himself, bro. It's just like the Jason Sanders thing. He started missing himself, and then once he got it right, he ran through a string of bad luck. But nobody can give him the benefit of the bad luck because you already had the track record going on. So now everything is your fault. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, well, we had that with Spencer Brown last year, Color. Spencer Brown had a great rookie year. Then he has back surgery. His second year, he was absolutely awful. Mm-hmm. And this year he's playing great. But everybody jumped ship on Spencer Brown. Now everybody in the Bills fan base is all about Spencer Brown and how good he's playing because of the front line. They just tend to jump off the ship real quick when things don't go their way.
It's also sometimes a lack of understanding on casuals' parts. I mean, a lot goes into an NFL kick, actually, if you think about a place kick. You know what I mean?
You're talking about. I'm talking about our tackle. You're talking about kicker.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I get where you're coming from with Spencer Brown too. Yeah, same thing though. They might not understand fundamentally what was going on as to why he wasn't performing before. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, Anthony. Color's going to reopen around 11 because he's getting ready to close it down, so he's not going to drop the link.
It may be more around 1, but yeah, I'm gonna be running a panel for everybody today after doing a coffee cup of color show.
Well, yeah, you know what?
I haven't done them in a while. And,
let me know because the coffee service dropped off the wrong creamer and I'm addicted to it, so I might stick around a little longer.
Well, now that we're at the quarter mark +1 of the season, there is some statistics to disseminate that can illustrate some stuff. So I've got a lot to chomp on now. It's hard to do that in a game too.
Are you a creamer guy, Color?
Yeah, I use regular half and half, and then I put a dab of Snickers in it.
Oh, because the coffee service dropped off sweetened original instead of original from Coffee Mate. Oh my God!
That just means use a tad less sugar. That's all that means.
I'm not even putting sugar in it. I'm not even putting sugar into it, and I'm shaking from the coffee. It's that good. I'm thinking about making another pot if I'm going to stick around and use the computer here.
There's another one that's like vanilla ice cream or ice cream flavor, but or Cold Stone Creamer. That's basically the same thing as Italian sweet cream. You know what I mean? I don't know why they have a different. One's called ice cream, the other called sweet cream. It's the same thing. It's sugared cream.
Yeah, this one's not Italian sweetened. It just says sweetened original.
Right. And the ice cream one is the same thing, except maybe a tad of vanilla taste to it.
See, but I saw going to Tim Hortons is $3.50 a large, extra large now. So that was costing me over $10 a day in coffee.
Well, that's why I do the Keurig, because with cream and everything, I've estimated it's about $1.10 per cup, and I was paying like $2 at Dunkin' Donuts for a 12-ounce cup.
Oh, see, now the coffee service is $20 a week. Unlimited coffee, $20 a week. They usually drop off like 20 bags at a time.
Really? And you can choose which ones you want?
No, you just get. I just get the regular roast, whatever brand they have. It's called Queen City Coffee.
All right.
Oh, AT&T stock price bounced back up 2 cents. How about that?
So yeah, so I just get the regular roast, and then you can pick from your creamer. And I always just get sweet cream because that's what everybody likes, or just cream, like regular cream. Well, they dropped off the sweetened cream, and everybody's raving about it. So I'm gonna make another pot here.
I use the creamer as my sweetener at the same time. I never had to add sugar. As long as it's a nice sweetener, a creamer, like a flavored one, like vanilla or hazelnut, I'll just use that as my sweetener.
See, they're too overpowering for me, Crypto, so I'll just put a pinch of whatever in flavor, and then I'll use regular half and half. Because like the Snickers, if you drink it raw, it tastes like a Snickers candy bar, but in the coffee, it just adds a little bit of a nutty flavor, and that's all I'm really after. Because hazelnut is just way too freaking powerful. I'll smell it for 3 weeks powerful. If I put hazelnut in my coffee. It'll be in my nose for 3 weeks.
Yeah, hazelnut is pretty strong. You have to use maybe half of what you normally use, and then just add some.
I was out on vacation in another state, and in their market they had Reese's flavored, right? So I'm like, that was a good source of that kind of nut flavor, right? And they don't have it in our stores over here, so I have to settle for Snickers, which is, if I put a dab of that in the coffee, it adds really nice nutty tones to it.
Yeah, Reese's is real good. I like that. Of course, you could be creative, and
none of the stores have the Reese's flavored one here.
All you have to do, you could be a little creative. Get some of that Hershey's chocolate milk and freaking put some peanut butter in the microwave and melt it down and pour it in the coffee.
There you go. There you go.
You can get creative with it. Just melt
now
it
you're
down.
Talking about my favorite ice cream is Haagen-Dazs chocolate peanut butter.
Right.
Because it's not like candied peanut butter. It's like chocolate ice cream with a whole blob of freaking peanut butter smeared in it. Like real peanut butter. It's fantastic. It's like dipping Oreos in peanut butter.
Yeah, them Haagen-Dazs. No, I never did the Oreo. Well, I had peanut butter centered Oreos. Yes, I've had that. Yeah. Now I think about it.
Well, those are good. Those are good. They stole my idea. They stole my idea. But if you take a regular Oreo and dip it in peanut butter, it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Sounds like bubble guts, Trucker Sean said. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it could be if you eat too much of that peanut butter. Yeah, certainly. It's greasy, to say the least. Make sure you stir your peanut butter up.
Stir it.
All right, all right, I'm bouncing out. You're going to start up again at 1?
Yeah, right about 1. And again, we're going to be doing a little deep dive into the projections and talk more about Carolina Panthers and this and that, and a Chan's injury. I'm going to try to get an update on that. In the meantime, everybody make sure you're liking, make sure you're sharing. Michael K would not hate us as much if you hit the like button. So hit the like button. Get his.
I don't hate you guys at all.
I know. I'm kidding, man.
It's hard to hate the little brother. It's hard to hate the little brother.
You gotta keep the show up, bro. You're supposed to keep the show up.
I can't stand you guys. Pathetic fan base. Pathetic fan base. Always whining about the Bills getting the sharp end of the stick.
Geez.
You know, enjoy your fight. Enjoy your 4-1. It's cool. When you play a good defense like you played against the Bills, then you'll know exactly what you have.
Yeah, that's true. But
Is that
hey,
better?
I'm just saying the Philadelphia Eagles need to be worried about us, not the other way around. So everybody, make sure you're liking and sharing. Thank you for joining the elongated version of Top of the Tailgate this morning with Ali and myself co-hosting. Good to have Ali back. I know Michael K don't like it, but whatever.
Nah, you know what? I love picking on Ali.
Bane of your existence.
I can get Ali going. I can get him. I can get him. I can fire him up faster than Lewis gets fired up.
That being said, everybody, fins up. I'll catch you later. We'll open it up for y'all to chop it up and have a wonderful day.